Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Six double zero. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Welcome in. Carmichael Dave, Chris Roulade, Jason Ross on his birthday vacation. He will be back on Monday and hopefully with many stories of his golf exploits up at Bandon Dunes. We miss him, but the show rolls on.
The game of golf.
I don't know about you, Dave. The 6 a.m. comes very quickly after Republic.
Dude, and can I just say, and believe me, the Republic are going to take quite the role this morning. And no, if you're not a soccer person, don't worry. Not for that, but for other reasons. You were at that match last night. I was watching on the USL website. And that was a hell of an entertaining match, dude.
I didn't like it at first.
Why not?
Well, they were losing.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
At first.
Yes, at first. But then, 7 goals. They call it a cup set. I don't know if it's a cup set anymore, beating San Jose. Although
San Jose is garbage.
They are garbage. But, it was 1-0 San Jose. Then Kieran Phillips, the Huddersfield Town loanee, gets a couple. Then San Jose gets a couple. Then the Republic get a couple right out of the second break. 2 goals.
The bad thing was there was an accident out front of Cal Expo. So I didn't get into like the 20th minute. I missed the first 2 goals.
You're kidding.
And there was a bunch of us.
We'll talk about Cal Expo momentarily as well. Were you at any point taken out of your car and put in handcuffs?
I Ubered.
You Ubered. Okay, good. So, yeah, good morning, everybody. We will talk about that. It's funny, Chris, speaking of all that, your team, your European team, Manchester City, came up in a conversation. By the way, good morning, AB, and everybody on the YouTube chat. Appreciate you checking in. I'm sure MC and everybody will be joining momentarily. If you want to, just go to YouTube and search Sacktown Sports and hang out. So, I've said it before, but you guys know I do this soccer thing on the side, and every morning at 4 a.m. We have a conference call with the staff over there that I work with.
They call it 12p.
Yeah, 12p. By the way, they have a bank holiday again on Monday. I was just informed.
They have so many holidays.
I literally hung up the phone with my guy Raj over there, who's the director of comms and
communications.
Yeah, communications. Sorry. And I said to him, he because I needed him to get me something by. I said just get it to me on Monday, and he's a great guy. He's like, okay, no problem. Just so you know, just because I know you don't know over there. So Monday's a bank holiday, and I was like, didn't you guys just have a bank holiday 2 Fridays ago? Well, yes, and I just straight up told him, I'm like, this is why you guys lost the war. You know that, right? Like, while you guys were taking your afternoon tea breaks for 2 hours and your bank holidays, our guys in the muskets were strategizing and George Washington's crossing the Delaware and all that while you guys are eating crumpets and doing whatever. We always have fun.
Actually, the Prussians were.
Yeah. Actually.
Wait, the Hessians?
Hessians?
I forgot. Hessians?
The Hessians? Yeah, the Hessians.
They were getting drunk on Christmas.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, a lot of bank holidays,
If
dude.
George Washington was coming over on the Delaware last night, I would be in trouble.
Why would you be? Because of the accident?
Because I was drunk like the Hessians.
And you're, and that's something I really am both simultaneously jealous and I feel blessed in a sense too, that I have the genetics my mother has. My mother also does not drink. Although we all knew growing up, like if she go like they used to go to this place called, was it Reds? Big Reds or something in like the foothills. Someone will know what I'm talking about. And she would, for special occasions, what was the name of the drink? It was a golden Cadillac, I think.
I know what a Cadillac is.
It's a car. Stupid. No, it was called a golden Cadillac. And I just remember that because, you know, that was big news if my mom had a drink. Oh, here we go. A golden Cadillac. Hey, golden Cadillac dates back to 1952 when it was first concocted at Poor Reds, a bar in El Dorado, California.
Really?
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know that's where it was invented. Okay, that's the place. As I was saying, that was Red something. As the story goes, a couple came in asking for a unique cocktail, and the bartender mixed together a drink with Galliano, white creme de cacao, and heavy cream, calling it the Golden Cadillac, named after the couple's shiny new car.
No offense, that sounds awful.
Oh, totally. But I guess, you know, it's mom enough to where she could say she was, you know, it's like Shirley Temple with liquor or something where she could, you know, handle it. Meanwhile, my dad, this is my dad growing up, straight up. No lie. This is not a radio story or any form of exaggeration on my kids. This is 100% the truth. My dad would, he worked at McGeorge. He'd come home 6, 7 p.m. He would come home and grab a beer of whatever was in the fridge. Here's the beers that were in the fridge when I was growing up. Schaefer, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Hams is the one with the bear, I think. And then occasionally Keystone Light.
Gross.
When my dad, the only beer I ever got a sip of growing up was when my dad would occasionally splurge and get a sixer of St. Pauli Girl, which I thought growing up was like the king of all beers. Because he'd be like, he'd pop.
That's got to be at least $20.
At least. It's rare. And he'd pop one open, look over at me, and be like, son. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, well, let me have a sip. And I'd go over there and I get a little, he'd hold the bottle and I get a little sip of St. Pauli Girl. Man, I felt like an adult.
Gross.
Did everything in my power to hide my facial expression because it was just so disgusting. But I wanted to, it's my dad giving me a sip of beer. I take a sip and, oh, that's good, Dad. That's so good, just lying through my teeth. And then he'd have one or two of those, right? Just kind of getting gear. And then he'd go over there. We had a liquor cabinet. And it had like all these, to this day, it's like adult stuff, like Galliano, creme de whatevers, some old brandy, you know, all the Cuddy Sark something, whatever that is, gin. Anyways, but at the bottom shelf, which was the tallest one, would be a plastic bottle of whatever the cheapest gin was, and it was usually Albertson's charcoal filtered gin.
Gross.
Let me tell you. My dad would then proceed to make a martini. He had you think of a martini glass as with the stem in the bottom like a wine glass, but wider. No, my dad's martini glass was it was a glass, but it was basically like, think of a coffee cup without a handle. That's glass. I don't know what those are called. I don't think they're for martinis though.
A highball glass.
Yeah.
But just like a shorter glass, I'm guessing.
It was a shorter glass, exactly. In fact, let me look at what a highball glass looks like, just so I can get it in my head. Yeah, actually, very, very much like a ridged highball glass. He had like 4 of those there, and we weren't allowed to ever touch them. They were always in his liquor cabinet, and that's what he used for his martinis. He would put in a couple of like a couple of ice cubes out of the fridge. He would pour the gin over it until it was about halfway, or depending on the day, maybe 3/4 full. And then he would take a toothpick. He'd put 2 olives in it, maybe 3, and he'd drop it in there. No vermouth, No nothing. It was gin and 2 or 3 olives, and that was his martini.
You know what? I respect that.
Dude, my dad's stomach lining has to be leather at this point. And there were 2 liquor-related treats I got growing up. One, the sip of St. Pauli Girl. Number 2, this would happen maybe once a year, and I would ask so many times. I would get one of his gin-soaked olives that he would take one, and then he'd give one to me. And, man, you want to talk about special father-son moments, right? Just, I was king of the hill. Why am I telling this story? Because you were talking about drinking last night, and you had a few. The problem is that I don't have people often say, like, when I say I don't drink, I think one of the first things they go to is like, oh, did you used to have a problem? Which I think is understandable. And it's like, no, I never ever had a problem. It's just if I drink 98% of the time, as you know, I suffer terribly from migraines. It's a migraine trigger. It could be a sip of wine. It could be half a beer. I tried a thing once. I tried to go through a thing where I would mix a lighter style, like a Bud Light or something, with V8 or tomato juice, make a bloody beer, because I thought maybe the tomato juice would kind of help stem the hangover. Nope. But I don't like the taste of beer. I don't like the taste of liquor. I don't understand why people like the taste. I understand they like the effect. I don't understand why somebody could look at any beer or any drink, and then next to it's like a sweet tea or a root beer or a Pepsi or Kool-Aid with ice in it or lemonade, and go, oh, actually the beer or the liquor is what I literally would rather taste than these. Like, my mind can't compute that. On one hand, my wife never has to worry about me being at the bar with my friends. I don't have beer stocked in the fridge, at least for me. We have a fridge there that's for beer, but it's all our friends' beer and my wife. And I'm always the DD whenever we're with people that do drink. I'm always the designated driver because I do, usually people have to do.
I would love a designated driver.
That's what I'm saying. I always am, and I'm happy to do it. It's like my contribution, and I know for people that drink, it sucks to be picked as the DD.
And like, people like, oh, they make fun of designated drivers. It's just like, okay, that's like making fun of Superman.
It kind of is. Why would you like make fun of them because they're not?
Oh, wow, you're saving me from this fire. Thank you, Superman.
Yeah, you are literally doing it. So
you're the real heroes.
The thing is that while that's the good side, it also doesn't help that I work in sports radio. I'm surrounded by sports. It's a very testosterone-based world that we work in and live in. And sometimes I feel like, I'm just going to say it, sometimes there's a part of me that feels like less of a man because I don't come home from work. Well, I mean, that'd be weird. It's 10 a.m., but in the afternoon on a summer day, like last night, I'm sitting outside playing our game.
Pong.
No, the one you're good at, and I'm
Pac-Man.
not. The Royal Match. I'm playing Royal Match. I got the Boston, Indiana game on. Backyard, we've been working on it. It's beautiful, beautiful evening. And I'm out there with a sweet tea that I made myself. And I know that most adults would be back there with an ice cold beer and a little koozie to keep it warm or keep it cold, excuse me. Just, I'm a man. And sometimes I wish that I had that arrow in my quiver. And there's also, and I don't understand this either, Chris, but it's because I'm probably not a drinker. Like, I'm not a drinker, but 2 of my best friends growing up are like flaming alcoholics, dude. I think you've met a couple of them. Like, they're functional alcoholics. No joke.
The Liverpool fan?
Yes, my guy Brett. And my
good guy.
And then my other guy Colin, like, just will drink anyone under the table. He is a good guy. And they've done that their whole lives. Their whole adult lives, they just get trashed every single night, and then they're up and working the next day, and they're fine. Brett's a guy, I've told this story before, where I used to live, with buddies back in the day in Fair Oaks. I tried to drink with him one night, did not work out, went into the sink to go get a towel from the kitchen to put over my head and go back to sleep. I look over, he's passed out on the couch. He hears me. He gets up, looks over at me. I'm in the kitchen just dying. And he looks at me and goes, ah! And then he picks up his glass, which was 3/4 full from the night before, about 2 hours prior, sticks his finger in it, mixes it, and pounds it. What was he drinking? Well, speaking of Albertsons charcoal-flavored filtered vodka and Sunny Delight, which he would carry around in his backpack. He always had a bottle of Sunny D and a bottle of vodka, and I tried it, and he just never got hungover.
I've got like an ulcer just thinking about it.
Bro, let me tell you, shockingly, he's going through some issues right now. Knock on wood. But anyways, to wrap everything up.
Wait, Brett is the guy that said a beer is the same thing as a sandwich?
A beer? No, he said... My guy Brett, my best friend since 4th grade, says, brother, I don't need to eat. There's a sandwich in every beer. One of these days I got to have him come in because he is literally a walking
Like, I think I remember you telling me that, and then I told him that. He's like, yeah, look at the calories. It's the same thing.
He is an absolute character. He's also a sports encyclopedia. He's a good dude. Anyways. My overarching point is, I don't remember other than sometimes I wish I drank. Sometimes I do. I wish I had that. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I know we got a break. There is this weird thing, though, with people that drink if we're going out that I've experienced many times in my life that really want me to drink with them, and not because I don't ever drink, but like, oh, you're not, like, I'm bringing down the party by not drinking as we're going out and around. And I'm like, well, I'm fine. I don't need to. It's cool. Like, you guys have a blast. I'll be, oh man, come on. Just have a shot with me. Have a couple, like, almost like I'm ruining their good time by not joining in. And I've never understood the psychology behind that.
Also, like, you've seen me as a soccer fan. I think I'm pretty welcoming and I understand everything. Like, if you were to say that, I'm like, hey man, you want a drink? And you're like, no. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Right.
You want a Coke or something?
Right.
That's something I don't get.
Right. Why would you want to spend money on that for a guy that doesn't even want it?
And that's like, I've been at a bar with friends and I'm just like, hey, I'm done for the night. And they're like, oh, no, you're going to take one more shot. Like, no, I'm done. Right. I don't want anything.
What is that? Is it one of those, like, I feel, the only thing I can think of is, it's like, if you're not drinking or you're done drinking, then I feel like I have a problem or I'm doing something wrong because nobody's joining in on what we're doing.
I think that's what it is. I'm not part of that.
No, that's good. Anyways, we got a big show for you planned. We're going to talk about the Celtics and Pacers game last night, which was crazy. We will talk about the Mavs and Wolves and preview that. Of course, we'll spend a lot of time on those. And we're going to talk about last night's Republic match. Not the match itself, but what's going on with Cal Expo and a major controversy that's erupting. And before we get to that, I do want to share one more thing before we break. We talked about designated driving and all that stuff. You always want to be safe and respect the road, respect the rules and all that. But also, listen, man, doesn't hurt to be rolling around in a Hoblet vehicle. And there's a Memorial Day sale going on right now up at Hoblet. Who, by the way, this is true, because I got my vehicle from Hoblet. I actually got a check in the mail from them yesterday. There was an envelope from Hoblet, and I opened it up. There was a check from Hoblet to me for an overpayment on one of, like, my tax license, whatever things that I had to do. And they sent it back to me. It was $8.16, and I'll tell you, it'll be a little easier making the budget this month. Just little things like that. $8. That's that's probably a drink, I guess, if you will. Memorial Day sales event right now. Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Saying goodbye to the last of the gas-powered Dodge Challengers and Chargers, but sending them out in style right now. You can save up to $12,500 on the very last of the new 2023 Charger and Challengers in stock. That's GT, that's SXT. You pick, starting at $24,350. And it may be hard to believe that this is actually the end, but it is. Once they're gone forever. They're collector's items. Don't wait and miss your chance, because there's only a few left. And with savings like that, they're not going to last long. So get out to Hoblet. Search, select, and save through the oil inventory at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Hey, nobody beats Hoblet, period. Quick 30-second break. Leading off is next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Let's do it.
Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Nembhard throws it to Siakam. Siakam to Halliburton. Halliburton puts up a 3. In and out. Brown had it, lost it, saves it to White, and that'll do it. The Celtics survive in overtime and take game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final.
There is a way to both credit the Boston Celtics for hanging in there and coming back to beat the Indiana Pacers. You know, Boston opened up a pretty decent lead at one point, but the Pacers stayed there, and should have won this game. There's a way to not take credit away from Boston, but also at the same time say you saw a little bit of Indiana Pacer inexperience. They're in the third round of the playoffs, so I get it. But Boston is one of those tried, true playoff teams. Indiana's kind of on their first run here, and at the end of the game, you saw them, and specifically our guy Tyrese Halliburton, have 2 of his 3 turnovers in the game late. Just absolutely terrible execution by the Pacers. We've got Rick Carlisle, the coach of Indiana, acknowledging that, trying to take blame. Tyrese Halliburton trying to take the blame from Rick taking the blame. The bottom line is this: Indiana should have won that game last night. Indiana did not win that game last night. They did not win it largely, if not entirely, because of their late game execution. And credit to the Celtics. So it doesn't matter. There's no such thing as a win except for the thing. It was a win. 36 from Jason Tatum, 28 from Jrue Holiday, 26 from Jaylen Brown. Derek White played as a newly minted member of an all-defense team. Played fantastic defense. He's such a high IQ player. And we're going to talk a lot about this game, including the fact that Jason Tatum was 10 of 12 from the line, and going 9 of 10 from the line were the Pacers. Yes, you heard me right. The entire Pacers team shot 10 to the Celtics 30 free throws, but statistics are nothing without context. We have context for you, which makes it, shockingly, almost even worse. A lot on that today. Meanwhile, cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Watch out. Toronto. Toronto. In just 2 minutes time.
Hey. The Sac Republic U.S. Open Cup round of 16. They are now in the U.S. Open Cup round of 8 as they take on the San Jose Earthquakes of MLS. It was 1-0 San Jose. Huddersfield Town lone Kieran Phillips got 2 to make it 2-1. San Jose tied it up 2-2, so you go to 2 15-minute overtimes. San Jose up 3-2, scoring in the first overtime. And then in the last 15 minutes, right out of the block, you heard the call there. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Republic win. They are still unbeaten in all competitions this year. They advance to the round of 8. But the funny thing is, and I don't mean funny, haha, that's not the top story from the Republic last night. And we will spend some time on this today, I promise you. There's a reason why live and local matters. There's a reason why it's better to have less talented hosts like me in the mornings that are live and local and can be showing attention to important stories versus somebody more talented from a national level. So today is the draw to find out who the Republic will play. It'll be either, I believe, LAFC or the Seattle Sounders. And then part of that draw would also be where they play. Would they play in Seattle or LA, or would they host it?
Well, gross. The two worst cities.
I like Seattle. You don't like Seattle?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, okay. Seattle's great.
But the fans.
I hate the people.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I don't disagree.
If Seattle was like no one around, it'd be my favorite city in the world.
Yeah, I love the area, but you're right. If Cal Expo and the powers that be at Cal Expo do not change their mind by around midday today, Sac Republic cannot host, because Cal Expo has told the Republic, despite the Republic reserving their spot in January, that due to fair preparations, they cannot host the next match, which is not only a massive loss of revenue, but more importantly, it's a massive loss for the fans who want to cheer their team on.
But they've got something happening at the stadium. So
nope, they don't.
Oh.
Because their deal is they have to prepare for the fair. They're prepping for the fair, which will not be going on during the match. Oh, and by the way, the fair will be going on for the Republic's next home match that they are playing in, that Cal Expo is good with them playing.
Huh.
This is part of an ongoing thing with Cal Expo where they just basically treat the Republic like absolute garbage. And last I checked, people aren't exactly beating down the door at Cal Expo, which is a state-owned entity. They're not exactly beating down the door with amazing money-making content. They just don't like the Sac Republic. They don't like the fans. They don't like the hassle. They don't like it, despite the fact that they're bringing money in, a lot of money in. So they got to make a decision, because if they do not, you just robbed the city. We have sound from Mark Hughes, the coach of Sac Republic. We'll give you some background. We'll try to bring some people on to talk about this. This is one of those community events in a very short time. And yes, I'm going to use our position as a flamethrower in the morning to see if we can't all kind of exert some influence, because this is just, there's nothing that pisses me off more than when Sacramento is getting screwed or robbed. And it pisses me off even more than that when it's one of their own doing it, or a group of their own. So much more on that later. We will take a break. When we come back, let's take a look at the Celtics and Pacers game one and everything from that drama right after this.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Off to a cool start as we kick off your Wednesday. Temperatures will start out in the 50s, heading through the afternoon, plenty of sunshine, and it's going to be warm out there. Highs will peak in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
This Memorial Day, the Roseville Auto Mall invites you to experience the thrill of saving like never before. 17 dealerships and thousands of vehicles all in one location. The giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall, at the intersection of savings and satisfaction.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now during our Memorial Day sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed plus free home delivery when you add any base. Ends Memorial Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumber yard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable. It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Welcome to the May Springtime Sales Event at Kia Vacaville, where we're celebrating the arrival of a new season with unbeatable lease options on our 2024 lineup. As May blossoms with possibilities, it's the perfect time to immerse yourself in the exhilarating world of Kia, highlighted by the luxurious and versatile Kia Telluride. Throughout the May Springtime Sales Event, Kia Vacaville is thrilled to showcase our top models with irresistible lease offers. Experience the thrill of driving the all-new Kia Sportage, seamlessly blending captivating design with dynamic performance. Dive into the impressive fuel efficiency of the Kia Niro, a hybrid marvel designed to extend your adventures. Embrace the essence of spring with our eco-friendly Kia hybrid options, specifically tailored for those who prioritize efficiency without compromising on style. With the EV9 in stock, Kia Vacaville stands as your premier destination for electric excitement. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible for the excessive amount of secondhand smoke in California.
From our sidewalks to our parks, restaurants, offices, and work sites, over half of Californians are at risk of being exposed to thousands of toxic chemicals.
Go to secondhanddangers.org for an action plan to protect yourself and your family from toxic harm that could last a lifetime.
Because even outdoors, there's no such thing as safe secondhand smoke.
Sponsored by Breathe California, Sacramento region.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
This is such a good song. Honestly. Such a good song. But I feel bad for the Red Hot Chili Peppers because nobody hears this song now without thinking The Matrix. You really? This is the end scene in The Matrix when he's in the phone booth, Neo.
Oh, I haven't seen The Matrix probably since like 2001.
But you've seen it. Okay.
Yeah,
this is when Neo's in the phone booth at the end of Matrix 1. And it's like, that's where he's like, I don't know, calling the computers. And he's like, things are going to change now. It's going to be different. And then he flies into the clouds and it ends.
Listen to me, computer.
Yeah, I never really kind of totally understood that. Like he's in the Matrix, and then he's like, yeah, hello, hi, computers. Yeah, things are gonna be different. I can fly, bitches.
And then in the second movie, things don't change.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Then the second movie, Jada Pinkett's in there, and all that stuff, and God knows what. And I don't know. Anyways, Celtics Pacers last night. Hold on. Sorry, I'm returning a text here that's important for the show. Sorry, I'm producing as we're talking here.
I said I would be here.
I know. I know.
Text me.
This is not trying to get the mayor to come on to talk about this Cal Expo thing. So here is some highlights from a basketball game last night. How about Jaylen Brown forcing overtime?
Tatum trying to get free. Throwing in the corner. Brown fakes, fires up the...
Sorry. By the way, Mike Breen on the call. Do you remember? Hint, Jalen's going to make the shot.
Is he going to do it?
Is it going to be is it a bang? It's forcing overtime. Could it be a double bang? The rare double bang? Slight breach in etiquette. He went straight to the triple dog dare. Let's see. Mike Breen on the call.
Tatum trying to get free. Throwing in the corner. Brown fakes, fires up the three. Bang! Bang! Jaylen Brown knocks down the three to tie the game.
Rare bang bang. Good for you. Good for Mike Breen. That was insane. Pascal Siakam did everything right. They got Jaylen Brown in coffin corner. Brown goes up. Siakam pretty much puts his hands behind his back, gets his head out of the way of Brown's elbow, and is just like, okay, I'm not fouling you. And Brown nails the shot. LeBron James, let me see if MC's in the chat yet, because he'll, say something about LeBron. Tweets out shortly after. So that was interesting that he goes, this is why you guys wonder why I always foul when we're up 3. I always foul when we're up 3. And that is one of the oldest and truest arguments in the NBA. Situation like that, clock winding down below the shot clock. You're up 3. Do you just foul, give them the 2 points, or do you let that happen? Obviously, hindsight 2020, but Brown nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. Yeah. So they go to OT, and Tyrese Halliburton had an opportunity. I don't know what the hell the play was, but apparently the Celtics did, because it ended up being a double pump off the backboard here.
Pacers with a chance to win it at the end. Halliburton's free, gets it. Halliburton drives inside the arc. Final seconds. Halliburton just gets it off, flings it up. Shot no good. Overtime here in game 1.
So you go to OT. And then it was Celtics time.
Tatum wanting it. Gets it inside. Tatum across the lane. Count it and a foul. Banks it home.
Moving on, Jason Tatum with a big 3.
Halliburton chasing White. White continues down the lane, up to Tatum. Sidestep, three-pointer, puts it up. Bang!
And then finally, here's how the game wrapped up. Jaylen Brown with the steal.
Siakam comes to the ball. Brown right on top of him. Siakam the drive, spins in the paint, lost the ball, picked up by Brown. Brown in the front court. Up top to Tatum, floats it over to Horford.
Final. The Celtics win 133-128. They outscore the Pacers 16-11 in overtime. This was a much closer game than most thought. Remember, the Celtics 37-4 at home during the regular season, and you can add 1, 2, 3 more wins to that. So I think they're 40-5, 41-5 now, including the playoffs. But Indiana should have won this game. And we got a lot more analysis on this. We'll hear from Rick Carlisle. We'll hear from Tyrese Halliburton. And we'll also talk about the coverage, because that seems to be a big thing right now, stemming off the Pacers and Knicks game over the weekend, is the ESPN and national coverage. Now, I understand we're in Sacramento, so everyone's like, duh, East Coast bias. Yeah, no, I'm with you. We're 100%. But now it's being talked about by non-West Coast and small market people, and I am absolutely here for that. We will take a break. When we come back, quick switch to baseball. Safe or out? The Giants, speaking of refs, got screwed by the umpires last night, and much, much more. Don't go away. Thanks for joining us on Sacktown Sports.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. You'll save 10 to 25% on all living rooms, to sofas, to sectionals, to dining rooms, to bedrooms, to home offices, and so much more. Everything is on sale right now at Naturewood Home Furnishings Memorial Day sale. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at savings from 10 to 25% at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishing, off Highway 50 in Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
The Summer Starts Here sales event is on now through Memorial Day at your Toyota dealer. Take advantage of great deals on Toyota's entire lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Right now, drive into the season of fun in a new Toyota and get low 3.99% APR financing on Highlander. Or check out great lease deals on Camry, Corolla, and RAV4. Hurry, Toyota's Summer Starts Here sales event ends soon. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available on 2024 models through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Excludes hybrids. N6324.
Carmichael Dave here. You know Memorial Day is right around the corner. That means outdoor parties, barbecues, and family gatherings. Now, my friends at Amy's Outdoor Living on El Camino near Watt and inside the new Amy hardware store in the El Dorado Town Center, they're bursting with beautiful, comfortable outdoor furniture. Now, through Memorial Day, they're going to pay the sales tax on all in-stock patio furniture. We're talking great brands like Kettler, deep seating sets, Jensen Outdoor, indestructible Polywood Adirondack chairs, and umbrellas. Now, you all know Amy's. It's your barbecue headquarters, and this year they have 2 of the newest, hottest brands, those beefy Rectech grills and affordable Napoleon grills. And, of course, they still carry the great brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. The sales tax is on them now through Memorial Day on all in-stock patio furniture. Amy's Outdoor Living on El Camino near Watt and inside Amy Ace Hardware in the El Dorado Town Center.
Welcome to the Tap House Restaurant at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course. With an array of local craft brews from a selection of 20 taps, the Tap House menu boasts freshly made sandwiches, crisp salads, and a variety of specialty entrees. The Tap House is the perfect place for a round after your round at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course, especially during happy hour from 3 to 6 daily. Drop by the Tap House Restaurant for scenic views, exquisite food, and a hearty welcome. The Tap House at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777. 7777.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right. Mavs versus Wolves starts tonight. We'll get to that preview in 15 minutes in the meantime. Baseball in the segment that we put on the show once a day because we are federally obligated to talk about baseball every show.
We will lose our license if we don't talk about it.
FCC will come in here and just shut us down. So here's your 5-6 minutes baseball in the form of Safe or Out, hosted by Christopher Verlaud. Good morning.
The umpires completely screwed the Giants last night, resulting in an extra inning loss. Safe or out? Robot umps need to hurry up.
I say this with the credibility or lack thereof of a guy who's one of my best friends and a good golf buddy of mine is a current umpire in baseball. So though I never share anything he would not let me share, we talk often about the challenges of umpires, and occasionally when he's involved in a game and I see him and it was, big argument, ejection, whatever, it's always fun to get the backstory.
I also think that people don't understand. Referees, umpire, officials, they don't want to make the wrong call.
It haunts them. Now, I can't speak for Angel Hernandez or Scott Foster, but I can tell you.
It causes them to not sleep at night.
That's 100%. Like, literally, I've been on the phone with my guy at 2 a.m. Eastern time, and it haunts them. They understand. It's almost like athletes. Like when a guy misses a free throw or a 3 or makes a mistake, it's like, I got to do, they understand mistakes will happen, and you got to take it with a grain of salt. But it haunts them. The last thing any good umpire wants, and my buddy is one of the best, they don't want to be a part of the story. They want to be invisible. The best compliment I can give my friend is that if I said his name on the air randomly, none of you would know who he was unless you're the most diehard baseball fan and you know all the umpires.
If you said his name, like he is a Major League Baseball umpire, and a half hour later, like, okay, who was the guy I said? Most people would forget it.
Most they would, and that's I couldn't give him a bigger compliment. He's just a really good guy and a good umpire, and they care about the players and they care about the integrity of the game, and they want to do right. Now, that being said, not all the errors last night were on strike calls. I'm talking about the umpire errors in the Giants-Pirates game, which Giants ended up losing in extras. But, yeah, the robot umpires need to come here. And now I'm not speaking for my buddy. I'm just speaking for there are a lot of umpires that actually would welcome that. I think the big misconception is that they're being replaced. If any of you have ever watched tennis, think of it in tennis terms. You have an umpire, and he sits up in the weird little tennis chair, and you see it all the time during matches, multiple times during matches. A guy will serve, and it's on the line, and the umpire goes out, and the player makes a signal. They have X amount of challenges during a match. The umpire then goes to they show the computer thing on the screen, and it shows exactly where the ball landed, and it's either in or it's out. And if it's a bad call or a wrong call, they simply correct it, and everybody moves on, and the whole process takes a max of like 10 seconds. That's what we're talking about with robot umpires. We're talking about simply there's a call. The player or the manager don't like the call. They want to challenge it. They make a hand signal. The umpires then trigger something in their helmet or in their pocket or whatever, a little device. Then the screen shows, you see it. You see the little strike zone on TV. It shows where the pitch went. If it's on the line or in, it's a strike. If it's outside the line, it's out. And they'll show the pitch come in with the strike zone box, and then they'll zoom on it so you can see where the ball was. Did it catch the outside corner? Was it too low? Was it too high? And that's it. There's no reason why this isn't happening right now. They're using a form of it in AAA and the minor leagues in general. It's just going to make the game better. And honestly, and this is where most people think the umpires hate this. I can't speak for all of them, but I can tell you a lot of them are like, no, it takes the pressure off of us. We're going to make wrong calls, and now you have a way to correct it. Let's go. Another big misconception, and then we'll move on. this is something I know a lot of the umpires can't stand. The strike zone boxes you see on TV, they are not accurate to form. It's a graphic that the networks put on there, and if you notice, it doesn't change for the batters. Next time you're watching a baseball game, look at the strike zone graphic. And if Aaron Judge is up and Jose Altuve is up, the box stays the same. So what happens is you actually technically have an incorrect strike zone graphic. And if the ball is outside that zone, how could the umpire not call that? Well, because it wasn't a strike, because the strike zone adjusts for each player. It's something that drives the umpires nuts, and I don't blame them. And baseball and the networks are like, we don't care. It's good TV. Screw you, umpires. Number 2.
Ranger Suarez, my cousin Gabriel's cousin, is 9-0 with a sub-1.5 ERA. Safer out. This story isn't getting enough coverage.
I feel like your little anecdote right there is the truth. Is that really who is it, your friend? Oh, man. You got me.
I did say it
was very believable. Like, why would you, why would he make that up? Wow, okay. Yes. It's not. This is the first time somebody's had a start like this, the combined record along with the ERA since the 60s, I believe. I think it was Juan Marichal I read. That's going back a long way. I understand baseball is not top of the pops anymore necessarily, but this is a hell of a start for the team with the best record in baseball, the Phillies that we talked about yesterday. You start out 9-0 with a sub-1.5 ERA. And I'm a guy that I still to this day remember Roger Clemens starting out. I think he went 14 or 15-0 to start the season at one point. I think it was his second year, not his rookie year. Hell, I remember when Kirk Reeder started, I think 11-0 for the Expos. Like, these are big deals. And I'm sure it's being made a big deal in Philly and some other pockets, but this is huge. And you combine that with stuff like Yu Darvish and the scoreless streak we talked about yesterday, especially in this day and age of offense. That's huge. So absolutely safe. This isn't getting enough coverage. Question 3, please.
The Yankees' Clark Schmidt believes he tipped a pitch hit for a home run yesterday. Safer out. This shouldn't be happening anymore.
It shouldn't. Look, you want to blame, obviously, the pitcher has to be accountable for tipping his pitches. But in this day and age of 17 different angles, all the staff on every team, probably except the A's, that are in charge of scouting, of looking for everything involving their pitchers and hitters, what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, all the analytics and everything involved. Yes, the pitcher needs to have accountability, but I almost blame more the staff, the pitching coach and the pitching staff for not catching that. Now, was this a one-off tip? Maybe, except for the thing is, in order for something to be tipped off, it has to be habitual. And that's the job of the team, to have your back as a pitcher. Again, it's the pitcher's fault ultimately for tipping the pitch, but they don't know they're doing it, and they're in the middle of the game. And maybe they don't realize that before they're going to throw a fastball, they scratch their ear 3 times. I don't know. Baseball players are incredibly superstitious and incredibly habitual. And it's the job of the analytics staff and the video coordinators to find this and point it out. Now, things get missed, mistakes get made. The fact that Schmidt recognized it is huge. But in this case, if he did tip the pitch, there was a home run hit. The Yankees lost the game in part because of that. You cannot do that. By the way, perfectly legal for the opposing team to be able to catch those tips as well. You're tipping your pitches, dude. Just like if they read and if they legally were able to decipher your signs, as long as they're not doing anything out of pocket, that's all about baseball IQ, so all credit to them. We'll take a break. When we come back, Kyrie, Luka Doncic, and the Minnesota Timberwolves, led by Ant, Cat, and Rudy. Sounds like a sitcom. We'll preview that for the first time next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Off to a cool start as we kick off your Wednesday. Temperatures will start out in the 50s, heading through the afternoon, plenty of sunshine, and it's going to be warm out there. Highs will peak in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what you doing for Chrysler's Memorial Day sales event?
Right now, you can save up to $8,000 off MSRP on those hard-to-find new 2024 Ram heavy-duty trucks, starting as low as $49,495. Plus, we have over 500 new Ram trucks available, which means the Ram truck you want is waiting for you at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
Okay, but why drive all the way to Hoblet?
We do things different here at Hoblet. You're not just a number. When you buy from Hoblet, you become family. There's a reason we are California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation. We have the big city selection and savings, but the small town feel you can't find at an auto mall.
Now is the time to get the new Ram truck of your dreams. Stop by for a test drive or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
8,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 Laramie's after 7,500 dealer discount and 500 factor rebates. 5% net savings, 49,495 net price after 2,500 factor rebates. Rebates include 1,500 Ram commercial bonus cash. Not everyone will qualify. 5% net savings. Sample VIN 197372.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumberyard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable. It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE. 877-26-BIBLE.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
It's the Memorial Day sales event going on at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi folks, Leonard Harrington here, and I'm here to tell you we've got the savings, the selection, and of course the service to make Memorial Day better than ever. You know, the start of the summer is the perfect time to get into that new Ram truck, Dodge Charger, Chrysler 300, or Jeep Wrangler that you've been thinking about. And of course, there's plenty in stock to choose from. We've got the colors, the styles, and the options you've been looking for. Maybe you need service on your vehicle. From routine maintenance to major repairs, let our factory-trained service techs get you back on the road at no time at all. It's our Memorial Day sales event, so why not kick off the summer right now? Only at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, right off 99 in Kettleman, and open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the Low Price Center. Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level. Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael.
We are continuing to monitor the situation developing out of Cal Expo. As of right now, there's a question as to whether or not the Sac Republic would be able to host their next U.S. Open Cup match. They are in the final 8. And it appears that gears are moving. So we will keep you abreast, and we will know first. I can tell you that much.
It's never a good thing when the host is like, oh, God, I hope it's an away game.
Yeah, at all. And look, to be clear, even if Cal Expo comes in and says, hey, you know what, never mind, you guys can, it was a mistake, you guys can host the match. Just to be clear, the draw that's going to happen later today will let not only the Republic know who they're going to play, either the Sounders or LAFC, but it will also let them know if it's a home or an away game. It's not in their control. It might be an away match and this whole thing was for nothing. But if there is not a decision prior to the draw made that's like, yeah, they can host, then Sac Republic can't. They have no chance because the draw will just happen. It will be an automatic road match. So that's why there's a timing issue. We'll keep you up to date on that. If you're not familiar with the story, we'll refamiliarize you with the story we've been talking about this morning. In the meantime, Mavs and Wolves. We saw the Eastern Conference Finals begin last night in a thrilling game. And of the two conference finals, it was thought, conventional wisdom says, that this would be the Eastern Conference would be the least thrilling of the finals. The Celtics, as we talked about at length yesterday, are a massive favorite, certainly were a massive favorite. Celtics are up 1-0. That's all that matters, whether you win in overtime or whether you win by 50. But that did go to OT. It was a thrilling game. And you hope you get something similar tonight out of the Mavericks and Timberwolves. So I'll start with this because we're going to talk about this game a few times today. And by the way, welcome into the second hour. It's interesting when you look at how teams are constructed and how these things play out. Because I would submit to you, and Chris, push back. Here's safe or out. The Dallas Mavericks have the two best players in the series. That's what I'm wrestling with right now. I believe Luka Doncic is the best player in the series. And I understand Anthony Edwards has an argument here. I think that's where the argument is. But the question I have is, in a playoff conference finals, do you take Anthony Edwards or do you take Kyrie Irving?
Man, Kyrie Irving has just been...
That's what I'm saying.
The bad thing about Kyrie is he's crazy, so everyone like
right.
puts him aside, just like, oh, that lunatic.
That's right.
But he doesn't get like what he deserves is how incredible of a basketball player he is.
I couldn't agree more. He is at times arguably the most unguardable player in the league. He probably has the best handles in the league.
I would say like no one even close.
I agree with you. He is a phenomenal future Hall of Fame, former champion player. Now, throughout NBA history, generally, quality beats quantity. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, and you may disagree, and I think it's a very valid disagreement. If you think, I would take Ant over Kyrie, or maybe you say, actually, I'd take Gobert over him. He anchors the defensive player. I get it. But just for the sake of argument, let's say the Dallas Mavericks have the number 1 and number 2 players in this series. Well, then I would say that the Minnesota Timberwolves certainly have the number 3, number 4, number 5 best players in this series. And you could argue that Naz Reid's the 6th man of the year. We saw this oftentimes. I'll take you to, let's just go to the 2000 era Lakers. They had Shaq and Kobe. Regularly in the playoffs, there were times when they played teams who had the 3rd, 4th, 5th. They might have 4 of the next 5 players be the better ones, but Shaq and Kobe were 1 and 2. We saw that with the Bulls, a little bit of a better supporting cast with Horace Grant, with Dennis Rodman, with, insert your 2 guards, Steve Kerr, John Paxson, whoever. But it was Jordan and Pippen. And when Jordan and Pippen played Seattle, for example, Seattle had Sean Kemp, Seattle had Gary Payton, Seattle had Nate McMillan. They had other players. Utah, they had Stockton, they had Malone. They had other guys on their team that maybe were better than some of the Bulls starters or benches. But it was the 2 front-run guys that won it. So I would say this, in this case, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, maybe Kyrie's not, if you say he's not the 2nd best player in the series, I hear you. I think I disagree, but I hear you. But certainly Kyrie Irving has the most playoff experience of any of the 5 players we're talking about, 3 on Minnesota and 2 on Dallas. And this is where that experience helps. This is where that experience helps. And you saw that on display last night when the Celtics played the Pacers. I don't want to blame everything on experience, but that was certainly a little bit of playoff big lights immaturity going on at the old TD Garden. Thanks, Eric. Jaden McDaniels also should be mentioned as well on that list. So you could again argue that the Timberwolves certainly have the better quantity, but the Mavs have the quality up top. And that's no offense to Derek Jones Jr. or PJ Washington or Daniel Gafford, Tim Hardaway Jr., Maxi Kleber, who's out, Derek Lively. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Dallas is a very deep team. But when you look at Minnesota and what they're bringing to the table, and by the way, they're the higher seed. It's Ant, it's Jaden McDaniels, it's Karl Anthony Towns, it's Rudy Gobert. Also, if Mike Conley is healthy and playing, he provides that experience that this team lacks a bit, that calm. We talked on Monday about replacing D'Angelo Russell with Mike Conley and just where this Minnesota Timberwolves team has gone with that. Conley's one of those guys that he's a glue guy. If there ever was a glue guy, Mike Conley is the glue guy. Mike Conley is like Harrison Barnes as far as attitude and leadership and veteran presence, with obviously a much better playoff career. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's going to provide you some fantastic defense. It's not like Minnesota's light. So when I look at this matchup, it's actually really, really, really intense. I love this series. Forget that the Lakers and the Warriors and the Suns and the Nuggets and the Clippers, they're all gone. What was the stat you gave us yesterday, Chris? It was for the first time since like 1896 or something. There's no former or current MVPs in the
first time since the MVP was created.
That's insane. That's insane. And I love it. But I also admit that, we oftentimes have diehard and casual fan conversations. And I always have to reiterate that I don't consider being a casual NBA fan a pejorative. It's not a bad thing. I'm just simply talking about fanatics that are watching every game and reading every box score and living and dying with the game and obsessed with it versus people that are, normal and not psychotic, that are like, I like basketball and this is interesting. And I know a few of the teams and I root my Kings on and, I'll watch. That is a perfectly okay way to watch basketball. There's no shame in that. And it's really stupid when people try to shame it. But I don't necessarily know if this situation is the best for the overall fan. I love it. If you're listening to the show right now at 7:11 in the morning and listening to me drone on, you're probably a pretty diehard basketball fan, so I'm sure you love it. I know I'm speaking to an audience where most of us agree. Hey, you've got small market Indiana. You've got mid-market Minneapolis, and then Dallas is a big market, as obviously is Boston. You have recognizable stars, don't get me wrong, as we just mentioned. You have Luka and Kyrie. You have Kat, you have Gobert, you have Ant, who is arguably the biggest rising star in the game, personality-wise as well as play-wise. Tatum, Brown. Why am I tripping on? Drew Holiday, thank you. And then Tyrese Halliburton, another rising star. Miles Turner, Pascal Siakam. There's still some star power here. But other than Luka and Kyrie, really, I would argue Luka, Kyrie, Tatum, and Brown, those are your, and maybe Halliburton now, those are your headliners. But it ain't Durant and Steph. It ain't LeBron. It's not Jokic. I love it. I love it. But I am curious as to how ratings will be. And I'm just going to take a wild guess that even though you had the Nuggets in it last year and winning the whole thing, I'm going to guess the ratings are going to be down this year for the conference finals. I could be wrong. I'm going to guess there's a slight downtick, if you will. Who cares? That's what I say. Who cares? And both conference finals will be underway officially as of tonight. Mavs and Timberwolves, TNT in the perhaps death rattle of inside the NBA. They will be out at Minneapolis. They will be on location in both Minneapolis and Dallas for this series, as they have the coverage. They have the coverage of both. And ESPN has the coverage of the Eastern Conference Finals. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness. We'll talk about the refs last night and the Pacers, along with let's pick a winner tonight, Mavs and Wolves. We'll do all that in just 1 minute.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, we'll get to the Celtics and Pacers. Recap that. 7:43 right now. 3 for Madness. Chris Live. Question 1.
Is there a ref issue, or did they just have a bad night?
They had a bad night. Let's just be honest. And again, I don't want to. You can have 2 conversations simultaneously in this day and age of black and white. You can have 2 conversations. I don't want to take anything away from the Celtics. They hung around. They executed. They did not wilt. There were 2 huge turnovers by the Pacers. All they had to do was inbound the ball at one point. They win the game. They couldn't do that. And we'll hear from Rick Carlisle and Tyrese Halliburton a little bit later, backing that point up. That being said, the Indiana Pacers shot 10 free throws last night. Jason Tatum shot 12 free throws last night. Now, listen, you got to have context there because, hey, what if it's just a situation where maybe the Celtics were in the paint more? Maybe the Celtics were more physical, and there's a reason why they were drawing more fouls. Well, the answer is no. When you look at the points in the paint, you look at everything taken, they're almost exact. So here's some numbers for you to provide context. Boston was 24-30 from the line. Tatum was 10 of 12. Indiana as a team was 9 of 10. The Celtics had 58 points in the paint. The Pacers had 56. The Celtics actually took 10 more three-point attempts than the Pacers, 45-35. Now, that doesn't close the case and seal the deal. You can still have isolated incidents, but generally why those stats are important. The more a team operates in the paint, the more likely they are to have fouls called in their favor. The closer you get to the basket, generally the more the fouls get called. The further you get away, the less players are going to foul the other team because they're going to let the other team or have a more of a forgiving nature defensively and letting somebody take a long shot rather than risk fouling them and putting them at the line. And in both cases, you saw the Pacers were either dead even pretty much with the Celtics or, in fact, should have been more likely by the numbers to draw fouls. We've seen this as an issue. We saw that with the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. The Pacers have overcome, let's just be honest. They have gotten the benefit for sure of having injured teams playing them, teams that were dealing with major injuries, and they can't control that. But they've also been at a disadvantage from a referee standpoint. And that's the type of thing that can be solved. That's the type of thing that can be worked on. And that's the type of thing that they need to correct. It can't just be one set of refereeing and one set of rules in Boston and then the other for Indiana. In the meantime, cut number 2 or question.
Question 2.
Was that the one big chance for the Pacers?
So, if this was a first-round series before these playoffs had started, and more specifically before I saw the Pacers work, I would have been really likely. I would have definitely said yes. Yes, it is. And by the way, it might be. Who knows? Maybe the Celtics should sweep the Pacers. That's still on the table. Or a gentleman's sweep, as I thought it would be. They could win in 5. But I've seen too much of the Pacers, man. I've seen them go into Madison Square Garden, and I've seen them win a Game 7. I've seen the Nuggets lose the first 2 in a series at home, and then go into Minnesota and win the next 2 and go up 3-2, and then lose a Game 7 at home as the defending champions against the new guys. This is the strangest playoffs, and I say that with 2 thumbs up, that I've seen in a long, long time. And the Celtics, look, even against Cleveland, they looked a little off. And when you watch them last night, the Pacers should have won that game. They should have won the game. So, was Boston rusty? Were they rusty? Was this the one chance to get them? Maybe get in their heads a little bit, and now for Game 2, they're going to come out and destroy the Pacers. We'll find out tomorrow. But I'm not ready to say that was their one big chance. I think Indiana's got more for them, and I think they're definitely going to win at least a game in the series. We'll see how the whole thing goes. 3 for Madness, number 3, please.
3.
Mavs versus Wolves. Who wins Game 1?
Yeah, I just talked about the Wolves and losing those 2 to the Nuggets. But the Mavs are the Nuggets, David, the Timberwolves are the higher seed. But you throw the seeding out in this case. The only reason that matters is the Wolves have home court advantage. By the way, let's have fun. Christopher Ladd, before I pick the winner here. Who is favored tonight in Minnesota, and by how much?
I'm going to say Minnesota by 2.5.
You are correct. Minnesota is favored. Minnesota is favored by 4.5.
Oh.
Yeah, honestly, I think 2.5 is the more believable line. I'm going to say Minnesota wins Game 1, but I do think the Mavs will take at least one road game in this series. I think the deeper we go into the playoffs, I think the more and more we're going to see playoff Kyrie. And it's an interesting dynamic because Kyrie Irving, at the time of his life when he left, did not want to play second fiddle to LeBron. And so Kyrie has kind of traveled around the NBA, had his experiences, done his thing. Remember that. He went from Cleveland, then his 2 years in Boston, 4 years in Brooklyn. Now he's landed in Dallas. And he's still chasing that. Remember Shaq and Kobe? Kobe didn't switch teams, but when Shaq was traded, when he left, it was, can Kobe win a title without Shaquille O'Neal? I think Kyrie Irving very badly wants to win without LeBron James. Somebody asked the other day, well, why is it that Kyrie Irving was so against playing second fiddle to LeBron, but seemingly is so embracing the situation with Luka Doncic? I think the biggest answer is, well, a couple. Number one, he's older. Number two, he's a lot more comfortable in his own skin now. And number three, Luka ain't LeBron. And if he wins that title without LeBron, there we go. Here was Kyrie Irving on reaching the Western Conference Finals. And let me unmute this. Here's Kyrie Irving on reaching the Western Conference Finals.
This is a great win for us. Luka officially has more Western Conference Finals appearances than the Clippers. And I finally made the Western Conference Finals without LeBron. Also, no more hearing what a pro wants. Happiest day of my career.
We couldn't find the AI clip yesterday, but the good news is there's more AI clips, just to be clear. That's so close and so realistic. And when you watch, let me be very clear with everybody. That was an AI-generated video clip of Kyrie Irving. He did not say those things. But when you look at the video, dude, it's scary. And the fact of the matter is I'm not entirely convinced that's not something Kyrie Irving would say. It's very close. I don't think he'd say the Clippers thing. He might say the LeBron thing. From the 916, Minnesota is not going to be able to defend the Mavericks the way they did the Nuggets. All those fouls they were getting away with against the Nuggets are going to be called on them against the Mavs, especially if they're guarding Luka and Kyrie. It will be interesting to see what role, if any, the referees play in this series. And that could be a big, big deal. I hope that's not the case. I really do. We'll take a break. Will we take a break? Am I ahead?
No, we're good.
Oh, we're good. We're good to break, or we're good to keep going?
We're good to break.
Okay, we're good to break. All right. When we come back, I have some notes for you, including a perhaps very welcome change in the NFL. We'll give you our best update on the Cal Expo situation with the Republic's match coming up. We'll re-explain what's going on there. And also, a member of the Kings family is having an issue, and I want to shout out something for them as well. We'll take a break. We'll come back with all of that right after I tell you about the Memorial Day savings going on right now with my good friends at Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram there in Woodland. Ladies and gentlemen, take advantage of these deals going on right now. This is the second time I've told you today. That's how important it is. That's how much money you can save for their Memorial Day sales event. $10,500 off MSRP on the new 2024 Ram 1500s. That means you can get your hands on one of America's favorite trucks starting at just $36,995. And with over 500 new Ram trucks available, you're going to find the right truck for you. Now, why Hoblet? Why Hoblet, Dave? I can get a Ram elsewhere. Well, it's because they do things differently at Hoblet. I always tell you. You're not just a number. You're not just a bit of cash for them. When you buy from Hoblet, you become part of the Hoblet family, which is family-owned and operated. There's a reason why. They are the #1 Ram truck dealer in the entire state. And #3 in the entire U.S. of A. Big city selection, big city savings, small town feel. And you can't find that at an auto mall. You just won't do it. Now's the time to get the new Ram truck of your dreams. Stop by for a test drive or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Hey, nobody beats Hoblet, period. When we come back, big rule change in the NFL on tap. We'll tell you about it next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Whitey here reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. This Memorial Day, bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers with features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. Plus, up to $100 off select Napoleon models for May. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
The Memorial Day Race to Savings sale is on now at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hurry in and save on our best selection of new Hondas. Each is priced to sell now. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on a giant selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline, Civics, and Accords with low financing and lease options. Get to Folsom Lake Honda or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
You're ready for a perfect summer on the lawn. But wait, there are weeds, brown spots, and mosquitoes everywhere. It's time to call True Green. Get the best deal of the year and save over $200 when you bundle annual lawn care and mosquito plans. So all you have to do is water and mow. Hurry, offer ends May 28th. Visit truegreen.com for the best lawn at the best price. Guaranteed. Restrictions apply.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
Just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
I woke up this morning at about 1:30 because I had spilled or somehow off of my dresser a lukewarm liquid had poured into my ear and on down my face. And I jumped out of bed.
Gross.
Disgusting. Once I caught my bearings, I realized it was our puppy licking my face in the middle of the night. And
so this is 1:30?
1:30 in the morning. 1:30 in the morning. I thought that, in my dream at least, like a mug of lukewarm coffee was spilling on my face. And I jumped up and realized when I looked down that Gracie had just decided to start licking my face and my ear in the middle of the night.
Dude, why don't you sleep at 1:30 in the night?
Why don't I sleep?
Not you, the dog.
The dog. Because it's a baby, and it really, Gus was fairly chill as a puppy. Gracie is demon puppy, and she chews everything. She goes outside. I'm constantly pulling bark out of her mouth, grass. She likes to steal remote controls. That's her new thing. Shoes, and we're disciplining her and doing all the stuff you do to train the dog, like the spray gun. And our big worry right now, we may have to put up a fence by the pool because I am scared to death that she's such an idiot puppy right now that she loves basketball. She chases him around when my son is dribbling outside and practicing. She barks at the ball and tries to play with it. And I am just absolutely terrified she's going to jump in the pool at some point. And, French Bulldogs can't swim. And that is my nightmare, is coming home and, somebody let her out and, you see this big white fur ball at the bottom of the pool and you're doing, puppy CPR or something. I mean, I literally have nightmares about that I used to with Gus.
Why haven't you got me out of this pool?
Why am I in here? I will see you in a few years. I will have my revenge.
I will haunt your dreams with my licking.
That's exactly right. All right, no good segue here. Let me just roll into this because this is a sad story. Some of you may, many of you won't, especially if you're not on social media, know who Jill Adge is. She is a member of the King's social media family. Great basketball mind. Always loved talking basketball with her.
She's never wrong.
No,
when you see her on social media, it's like, yeah, that's a great point.
That's exactly how it, like she really is very well thought out in her.
Definitely not a hot take person.
Not at all. She's one of my favorite people to converse with about basketball, really just to read what she says. Also does some writing for King's Herald, amongst others. Anyways, she's having a rough time right now with her niece. I was talking to her briefly last night. Her extended family suffered a tragedy when the dad, who was just, I think, 50 years old, suddenly passed away. He was a law enforcement officer for 32 years. I saw a video of police doing a drive-by honoring to their house in front of the family. But they also there's the tragedy on the tragedy. They have a 7-year-old son named Charlie, and the wife and mom and Charlie are kind of all alone now. I mean, look, anyone who suffered a sudden, yes, I'm sorry, I said Rita Charlie, her niece, Charlie. Looking at a beautiful picture of the three of them right now. So anyways, I'm going to, you can go to Jill's page, which is at Jill Adge, JILLADGE. I will retweet this here after the break, but there's a GoFundMe, just trying to raise money for little Charlie's education. 7 years old, just lost her dad. As always, look, if you can, every bit helps. If you can't, awesome. Totally get it. No problem. But look, again, we talked earlier about live and local with the Cal Expo thing. That's a live and local thing. We are an extended family, as much as we like to kibitz each other at times. I like to think that ultimately, which is why I love this city so much, with all of my heart, we have each other's backs. It's one of those it's one of those brothers and sisters can beat the crap out of each other growing up, but if somebody from the outside steps in, that ain't happening. And this is something that definitely is affecting one of our extended family members. So thoughts and all to Jill and her family. And like I said, if you can, if you want to go to her page and go to the fundraiser, or look on my Twitter here in a little bit. Every little bit makes a difference. So we just want
money's tight. If you can't do it, just retweet it, get it out there.
That's a great point. That's a great point. I forgot. Thank you, Chris. That's right. If you can't, it's a simple retweet. Every bit helps. And that's it. I don't know how to segue into it or out of it, because that is just, and also, by the way, message for the day, hug your loved ones. You never know. Whatever's going on in your life right now. It could be a lot worse. So we're always going to be here for those in need. And also, it does help to make you appreciate what you have right now. Again, no way to segue out of this, but let me get to what I teased going into break, which is NFL and a proposed rule change. Not a rule change, I guess, a process adjustment. The NFL plans to trial an electronic system for measuring first downs. They will do this during the preseason. If the trial is successful and receives approval, the tracking system will be fully implemented for the 2024, that's this coming NFL regular season. Now, the traditional stick and chain method would then serve as a backup. But from the list of, oh my God, finally, you have the most dominant sport in the United States, and it's not close. In the year of our Lord, 2023, last year, using like 50-year-old dudes holding a chain attached to a marker through the chain, walking up and down, doing things like measuring, and sometimes it literally comes down to less than an inch. Hey, now. These things that are massively influential on not just the game itself, but now this billion-dollar betting world.
It's a first down on feel.
It feels like a first down.
Let me get my card out to make sure it's a first down.
You have cars that can now drive themselves. You have televisions that can fold up. You have the entire world's worth of information on your phone. And if you elect, you can now get an artificial intelligence assistant on that phone or on your computer that can do just about everything for you. And we haven't figured out how to put a sensor chip. Like, dude, put an Apple AirTag on the tip of the football or something and look at Google Maps, for God's sake. I'm very glad to hear that. Now, the NFL has flirted with this crap before and gotten us excited, but at least this sounds like something that may in fact happen, which is sorely overdue. We'll take a break. When we come back, Celtics Pacers, 8 a.m. The Republic win, but there is trouble in River City at Cal Expo. We'll explain that as well. Thanks a lot for sticking around. We appreciate that as we wrap up hour number 2 coming up next.
De'Aaron Fox plays here.
Stolen by Fox. Breakaway coming up for De'Aaron. And a simple, casual spike with the left hand. Kings lead by 3.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't. Right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Carmichael Dave here. You know Memorial Day's right around the corner. That means outdoor parties, barbecues, and family gatherings. Now my friends at Amy's Outdoor Living on El Camino near Watt and inside the new Amy hardware store in the El Dorado Town Center, they're bursting with beautiful, comfortable outdoor furniture. Now, through Memorial Day, they're going to pay the sales tax on all in-stock patio furniture. We're talking great brands like Kettler, deep seating sets, Jensen Outdoor, indestructible Polywood Adirondack chairs, and umbrellas. Now, you all know Amy's. It's your barbecue headquarters, and this year they have 2 of the newest, hottest brands, those beefy Rectech grills and affordable Napoleon grills. And, of course, they still carry the great brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. The sales tax is on them now through Memorial Day on all in-stock patio furniture. Amy's Outdoor Living on El Camino near Watt and inside Amy Ace Hardware in the El Dorado Town Center.
It's the Memorial Day sales event going on at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi folks, Leonard Harrington here, and I'm here to tell you we've got the savings, the selection, and of course the service to make Memorial Day better than ever. You know, the start of the summer is the perfect time to get into that new Ram truck, Dodge Charger, Chrysler 300, or Jeep Wrangler that you've been thinking about. And of course, there's plenty in stock to choose from. We've got the colors, the styles, and the options you've been looking for. Maybe you need service on your vehicle. From routine maintenance to major repairs, let our factory-trained service techs get you back on the road at no time at all. It's our Memorial Day sales event, so why not kick off the summer right now? Only at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, right off 99 in Kettleman, and open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
prices are better at the low price center. Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Get the Celtics and Pacers. I just saw during the break. Well, if you want to know what people are going to talk about a little bit today, starting to make the rounds. You're going to hear about a sit-down interview Kid Rock did with Rolling Stone. You're going to hear quite a bit about this interview today.
He had a gun?
It might, and by the way, I know you think you know where I'm going here, and I'm not. Regardless of your political persuasions, that's not where I'm going. It might be the most unhinged interview I've ever read involving a musician. And that's saying
wild.
A lot. I'm only halfway through it, and dear Lord, you'll hear about it. And all I ask, just don't listen to me or what. Just when you get a chance, I'll help Rolling Stone out here with a plug. Just read it and then comment. I the only thing I would stress to you is don't comment until you read it. And I have read the first half, and I'm merely commenting on that. I can't imagine what the second half's going to be.
I'm just now finding out what Kid Rock's real name is.
Robert Ritchie.
Yeah.
Robert Ritchie, who came straight out the trailer. That's when a lyric he'll often use, was actually born and raised in Romeo, Michigan. His father was a very successful used car salesman. He grew up on an estate.
Yes.
Yeah. He, and by the way, and again, I don't want to spend this whole segment on Kid Rock, just so you kind of know where, and by the way, it's a great point somebody just brought up. I guess I should hold the hyperbole because, Kanye's had a couple of interviews. It's a good point. And again, just read the interview and come back to me.
Also, I'll add to this. I crap on Kid Rock a lot, and deservedly so.
Yeah.
But to be fair to him, he is a genius
100%.
Musically.
100%.
He can play every single instrument that you put 100%. In front of him.
He is a savant.
Yes.
It's scary. And I was at a, look, when Kid Rock first came out, like, what was his Rebel Without a Cause, and then Cocky was his follow-up. And I played the hell out of both of those. I went to a show of his at Shoreline, early 2000s. And you know how at live shows, they'll do like breaks with drum solos and this and that, whatever. Kid Rock went from the guitar to the bass to the keyboards to the drums. I want to say there was another, and just picked up and did a solo for each one. Writes all the music, arranges all the music. A lot of times we'll play all the instruments in studio along with the vocals and this and that, whatever. I will not question. You may not like his style of music, and I haven't really been into his music in a long time. I will never question, just like you said, Chris, you said it perfectly. I will never question his talent musically. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about old Rob Ritchie. Wait, wasn't that the name of the guy? That was the guy running against Bartlett, right? Was it?
Oh, I don't.
James Brolin when he was running against Martin Sheen's Bartlett in West Wing. I know his last name was Richie. I thought his first name was Rob. Anyway, if you get a chance, read it. And there you go.
Governor of Florida, Robert
Ritchie. It was named after Kid Rock. Okay. What a game last night. The Celtics and the Pacers, and overtime was forced by the big money man, Jaylen Brown.
He gets free. Throwing in the corner. Brown fakes, fires up the three. Bang! Bang! Jaylen Brown knocks down the three to tie the game.
My memory's so shot. Wasn't it Mike Breen that sent us down that rabbit hole of bang bang songs, or no?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I thought that's earlier in the week. When we have Gorky Park, Jesse J, and was it Nancy Sinatra?
Yeah, you had Nancy Sinatra. I came back with, oh man, I
thought you were the Jesse J guy, weren't you?
No. What song? Oh, I had the B-52s.
That's right. And then we went down that rabbit hole of the guy. I've got me a Chrysler, it's as big as a whale. Yes, we did this before.
He was literally just singing Mad Libs, right?
That's all he did. That's all he did. He was the B-52 equivalent of the guy in Cameo, the guys that sang "Word Up" that would just randomly go "Ow,
word up."
Right, that's it. He would just come in. And I'm here for those guys. He was a vocal hype man. Tyrese Halliburton had a chance to save the game from going to overtime. That did not work out.
Pacers with a chance to win it at the end. Halliburton's free, gets it. Halliburton drives inside the arc. Final seconds. Halliburton just gets it off, flings it up. Shot no good. Overtime here in game one.
Okay, so we go to overtime. Boston and Indiana. And look, everybody fought this, but you never know. You've seen stranger things happen. But this certainly appeared that Indiana was a little bit broken. Remember, towards the end of the fourth quarter, Tyrese Halliburton was a massive turnover towards the sideline. And then there was an inbound also after a defensive stop, and Indiana could not get the ball inbounds, turned it over. Rick Carlisle tried to stand in front of his team and take the blame for it. But Tyrese Halliburton objected a little bit. Here's Coach Carlisle.
Well, I love the way our guys fought in this game. This loss is totally on me. With 10 seconds in regulation, we should have just taken the timeout, advanced the ball, and found a way to get it in and made a free throw or two and ended the game. But it didn't happen, and we made some other mistakes. But our guys just need to concentrate on fighting the way they fought in this game from start to finish, and we'll be back Thursday.
Okay, so that is Rick Carlisle. Tyrese Halliburton appreciates what his coach is trying to do, but yeah, he takes the blame.
Tyrese, Rick, in his comments up there, took what he said was full blame for not calling timeout to advance the ball with about 10 seconds left. Were you looking for a timeout in that moment, and just what's your reaction to him?
That's not on him. That's not on him. Us as players, we got to do a better job. I had two bad turnovers that I feel like cost us the game, one in fourth and one in overtime. So, I understand he's protecting us, protecting, me as well. But I'll take that more than he should. I got to be better, and I will be better in game two, and we'll respond the right way.
Was that post audio mix up Tyrese voice? Because that one sounded a lot more higher pitched than the other ones. But usually he starts low and then goes high.
Oh, yeah, we were trying to get that in.
Yeah. And then, one thing we talked about in this game last night was the difference in free throws. And as we said, I think the one that stands out the most was Jason Tatum was 10 of 12 from the line. The entire Pacers team was 9 of 10, despite the fact that their points in the paint and three-pointers attempted were either almost exactly equal, or in the case of the three-pointers attempted, the Pacers attempted 10 less. Very, very interesting. That does not match up. Now, again, that's anecdotal, and there could be other context to it as well. You watch the game. I'm not saying this should have been exactly the same, but you had a significant amount more free throws happening for Boston than you did Indiana, and it's worth looking at. That being said, when you look at it overall in the playoffs, the Boston Celtics had the highest free throw differential at plus 93, meaning they've shot 93 more free throws than their opponents so far. The Indiana Pacers have the lowest free throw differential at minus 100 in the playoffs. I don't have a dog in the fight. I mean, I'd love to see Tyrese do well, and I love seeing a small market do well, but Indiana really is kind of getting that. Again, a lot of people say, and understandably, hey, they played a Bucks team that didn't have Giannis and Dame for a big part of it. They've played a lot of injured teams. I get it. But can we at least say it's evening out a little bit with the free throw and ref issues they had in New York and the issues that they had last night? A little bit later on in the program, speaking of the coverage, I want to play a clip from Tim Legler, the absolutely fantastic analyst for ESPN, who was talking yesterday to Ryan Russillo about coverage and being in ESPN meetings. I wonder if he might be in a little bit of trouble with ESPN because he says some things that really back up a lot of what we say or what we think, which is there is an East Coast bias. There is an East Coast bias, and there is a small market bias as well. We'll get to that a little bit later. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will update you. The Republic win yesterday, but there is trouble at Cal Expo when it comes to their next U.S. Open Cup match. We also need to do our postmortem on the Nuggets that we did not do yesterday. And I got a Kings question for you at 9:13. We're also going to give away Nick Swardson tickets. We'll do that in the 8:44 segment as well. So sit back, relax, and continue hanging out with myself and Christopher Law. Jason Ross is on vacation right here on Sacktown Sports.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Off to a cool start as we kick off your Wednesday. Temperatures will start out in the 50s, heading through the afternoon, plenty of sunshine, and it's going to be warm out there. Highs will peak in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's Folsom Lake Kia's Memorial Day sales event. Save on new Kias with low payments and low finance rates and 0 down deals on approval of credit. Shop Folsom Lake Kia in the Folsom Auto Mall and tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, it wasn't exactly a headline when the A's acquired infielder Abraham Toro from the Brewers in the offseason. After all, Toro had just 18 at-bats in the big leagues a year ago. But as we near the end of May, his emergence has become a good story. Entering the week, Toro is number 8 in the American League in batting and also in the top 20 in hits and on-base percentage.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sacktown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
At times, that he is an all-time Boston great. He's in that pantheon of great Boston athletes. So is Larry Bird. And Paul Pierce talks here. He is on whatever that show, Undisputed, with Keyshawn Johnson and Skip Bayless. He talks about his relationship with Larry Bird.
I asked you this off air a few minutes ago, if you know Larry Bird at all, and you said, you shocked me, you've never met him.
I saw Larry once. He came to the Garden when we played Indiana
Last time when I was on Celtics, played Indiana, and he came to give him a standing ovation. That's the closest I've seen him. He never came around Boston. I think he had a lot of issues with the former owners, and he just never came really back to Boston.
I did not have that on my bingo card. That Paul Pierce and Larry Bird have never met. That's strange. We also have some news coming on the potential TV deal that the NBA is closing in on, or should I say TV deals. We'll get to that in the next segment here. Right now, though, let's talk about last night. Great win for the Sac Republic. It was a back-and-forth game in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. And if you're wondering why I'm talking soccer so much today, it's less about the game and more about what we're going to talk about next. However, in a back-and-forth match, here was an overtime, the second leg of overtime, the game-winning goal.
Watch out. Corrado.
So there you go.
And you can hear the crowd there, but that recording doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, it's same on TV, but I was watching, and it was there were a ton of people there on a Tuesday night. You were there last night, and it seemed like the atmosphere was pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, and it was they go down in extra time, and it's one of those like
yeah.
And you could see people just like, oh, should we leave?
Right.
Let's just get out of here.
School night. Yeah.
And then boom, boom. And it's like, oh my God.
Now I know, you're not, I won't call you front row Chris, but you go there, you got a little access here and there. You maybe get some food and walk around. Where did you watch the bulk of the match?
I had some pretty good seats.
Yeah. Good. So you were kind of cruising around. Do you still ever go up and sit in the big wall with the battalion?
Occasionally. I didn't last night.
Yeah.
Occasionally I do.
Yeah, they were rowdy as usual last night in all the best of ways. Republic win the match.
I saw our buddy Sean
Cunningham.
Yes.
He's gonna factor in here in just a second.
And I saw our buddy Alan.
Oh, Alan Stiles was out there.
I don't think he saw me.
Oh, really?
He was like, you talk about me front row. He was in front of front row.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Has Alan mentioned on air what he's about to do with the Republic or no?
I think you guys both talked about it yesterday.
Did we talk about it on air? Okay. Yeah. So Alan had an upcoming match here very soon.
Because you said like, oh, I didn't think you would want to do it.
That's right.
And ironically, Alan and I both emceed the Santa parade.
Which I still wish we had video of. Hey, here's Santa.
Cool. My big. Oh no, I let Alan introduce Santa. I'm like, this is you. You're the guy. You got to introduce Santa.
Alan's gonna be emceeing here.
I was a big guy of like, here comes the car group from Rockland. Give a wave, everybody.
I could see you actually going so over the top on it too. We'll have to arrange that then, because our illustrious program director. Jose is going to be filling in on PA, and Alan Stiles will be emceeing on the pitch. So it'll be kind of a Sacktown sports night out there. But after the match, everybody's happy. They called a cup set, a USL team beating an MLS team in San Jose, John Fisher's, San Jose Earthquakes, I should say.
They're probably less than the USL team.
Yeah, you're right. And we talked yesterday, and again, I think the Republic would be right around a middle of the table MLS team. I mean, they are a very, very good team. They're still undefeated in all competitions this year. But Mark Hughes, Mark Briggs, I keep doing that. Mark Briggs, the head coach of the Republic, was asked by our friend Sean Cunningham, amongst others, last night about the budding controversy, because later today will be the draw to find out who the Republic play next. It's either going to be Seattle or LAFC down in Southern California. And they'll also find out whether they host this match or whether they'll go on the road for the match. Well, they may not have a choice, because Cal Expo has told them, at least as of right now, we have fair preparations going on, and you can't do the match here. We can't help you out. which in effect makes the Republic homeless for this next match. And if that's not resolved in the next few hours, they won't even have a chance to be drawn as a home side, which will not only rob the club and Cal Expo of some revenue, but more importantly, just screws the fans, because they'll either have to watch on TV or go down to LA or go up to Seattle. And either way, Republic lose their home field advantage. So Mark was asked directly after the game, and he didn't hold back.
If that's true, that's obviously what I've heard of it, but that's an absolute travesty. It's an absolute joke. How can we not play here in our home stadium? How can we not allow our fans? How can we not allow our club to be put on a national platform because of what?
Okay, I guess state fair preparations.
It's an absolute travesty, joke, whatever word you want to say. If they're not willing to allow us to play at home in front of our fans, they're not only hurting the team, they're hurting the city. And if they want to do that, then it'd be on them.
There, you guys have had so much success in this tournament at home. If you had a chance to talk to those people, obviously they have a decision to make tomorrow, but if it comes to pass that you guys are to host and they step in the way, what would you tell those people?
I would just ask that if this is true that Cal Expo won't allow us to host a game, I would just ask that you look at the atmosphere that was created here by the fans, you look at the spectacle that was put on the field, and please allow us to do that again. Not just for me and the team, but for our fans, for our city. It's an occasion that the city gets to be put on a national stage. And I beg whoever it is in charge at Cal Expo to allow us to host. It's not going to affect whatever they have going on as much as they think, but please allow us to play at home in front of our fans if we get drew at home.
Yeah. Finally on that, just you look at that decision and just kind of maybe some tough hours ahead for you guys, but you've played during the state fair, you've played before the state fair. Have you ever experienced something of getting in the way of state fair preparations?
Never. Look, we played a US Open Cup semi-final here when there was 11,500 people in this stadium. So how can we not be able to do that again? It's good for the city, it's good for the club, it's good for Cal Expo, it's good for everyone, especially for me and the team. I don't understand why they would say no. What is it? I don't understand. And hopefully the public can get behind us and the public can explain how big of a deal this is. To play at home is a huge advantage to us, and we need to play at home if we're able to. So please, Cal Expo, if you're listening to this, allow my players, allow our fans to have more memorable nights here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't blame him. And to find that out after such a joyous moment, and it boggles my mind. Now, we've reached out to several sources, including the mayor's office, and we'd love to have some sort of news on movement in a positive direction before we get off the air. And I'll ask Mr. Stiles and Mr. Watkins to continue the coverage a little bit, or at least monitoring it, and I'll do everything I can to help them if, in fact, we don't get this resolved at 10 a.m. But this is a big deal. And it doesn't matter if you're a soccer fan or not. If you're listening right now going, soccer, it's not about that. It's about the fact that you have tens of thousands of fans that deserve to be able to cheer on their team at home, if in fact that's how the draw goes. And it's just about this boondoggle crap at Cal Expo. It's look, I know a lot more than I'm saying, and oftentimes I will say I don't have inside info, or this is just a hunch, this or that or whatever. This is the opposite. I do have a lot of inside info, and I do know a lot more than what I'm saying. And part of the reason is I don't want to be media guy that blows this thing up and in the end makes it more difficult. Once you get people in their corners, egos get involved and feelings get hurt. This is a situation where there is no choice but to shine some light on this. I'd ultimately much rather have this thing very quietly taken care of. The goal is just simply to have the Republic be at home for this match.
It would be great, just like, Republic's hosting. Yep. Get your tickets here.
That's it. It'd be done. No drama, no nothing. It's great. It's great for radio fodder. But that's not the interest here. The interest is serving the community. And I will just say that I personally, as a fan, as somebody who kind of works in that area a little bit, but most importantly, as a native Sacramentan, like, dude, Cal Expo's here to serve the community. It's a state-run, city-run situation.
It's ours.
It's ours.
It's ours.
And whoever the hell has been running it over there, who, whether you want to claim blame or you didn't know or what, it doesn't matter. They have been screwing around with a lot of local businesses that are trying to utilize the fairgrounds to not just put on events, but also bring profit to Cal Expo. You know, we had our Country in the Park out there last weekend. And from what I understand, there were issues behind the scenes with that. This Republic thing has been going on a long time. This is not unique to this. This is a thing where it's this disdain, this nose turning up, if you will, Cal Expo has towards the Sacramento Republic, their fans, the event itself. And it's like, bro, what do you have? You have no disrespect to the fair, but you have the fair once a year. You have what? Raging Waters? Is it even still open? And you have like a goat show? Like what? What are we doing, dude? If that's the way it's going to be, if that's how you're going to operate, I just assume say, screw you, move the fair to Discovery Park or some other place, knock down the whole acreage of Cal Expo, which, by the way, is a gigantic plot of land in the middle of very much sought-after land. Build a bunch of houses there, sell the houses, and give the money to the city. If you're not going to use it properly to serve the community, let's sell the sucker.
Hey, you know what, Kings fans? I know you're going to be hosting the Warriors for the play-in game.
Oh, my God.
But we've got McClatchy's graduation coming up, and we have to prepare for it. So you're going to have to find another place to play the game.
Can you imagine? If that situation happened? Kings are in the semis of the in-season tournament, and we have home court advantage. Yeah, nope. You got to go to L.A. to play the Clippers because there's a goat show. And the best part is Cal Expo saying, you can't play here because the fair's going on. Cal Expo saying you can't play here because we're preparing for the fair. The actual stadium, Hart Hill Park, is not being used. And oh, by the way, the next home match after that's going on during the fair.
Yeah, but when did they say, like, hey, Cal Expo, we're going to need this area for the game?
Just a couple of days ago. Wait, hold on. It was a month ago. No, hold on. No, it was January. They reserved the day in January. I have the email. One of the emails. I won't read the whole thing because I'm not going to violate the privacy, but I'll give you a basic quote. We will be in full fair setup and have equipment on the grounds, including the entrance. The staff will not be able to handle a game with attendees and parking and so on. Plus, a carnival company will be pulling equipment out of a warehouse. Republic have already offered to pay for everything. They've already offered to help figure it out financially, manpower-wise, etc. It's just a blatant abuse of power for whoever the hell is running Cal Expo that is pissing a lot of people off right now. So, look, you have an opportunity here. And by the way, I know who the guy is, and I'm not saying his name yet because I don't want to go there yet because, I'm hoping this thing gets resolved.
John F. Expo.
Yeah, there you go. Jonathan Expo, middle initial F. But you have an opportunity here to be a good person and it was a misunderstanding. Apologies. We're happy to host. Let's go. Indomitable Club, blah, 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 Sac Republic, rah, rah, rah. Like, let's make this a good ending and not make this a situation where we've got people picketing your offices and sending you 9,000 emails and leaving, messages on your answering machine. Because that's where this is headed right now. Do not deprive Sacramento sports fans from their sports. It's very rare when we do well at things. The least we can ask for is to do well at things and be able to watch it. By the way, here's what's going to happen as we break, Chris. We'll end up figuring it out. Everything will be cleared, and then the draw today will be on the road. That's going to happen. When we come back, just a 1-minute break, there is news that seems to be getting close to breaking right now. In fact, long-time rumors, this thing's been done for a while, but the Sports Business Journal is now on it with the NBA TV deal being circled and closing in. We'll talk about that next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports at SacktownSports.com.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
No, Pete D'Alessandro is not running Cal Expo, people. Jesus. It's not funny. 916-339-1140 is our text line from the 916. This gives me flashbacks of the Golden One Center negotiations. The negativity around any sports positives get dumped on so much. This is great for the region, not just soccer fans. I'm not a soccer fan either. It's just frustrating. Well, it's funny when you want to talk about the incestuous nature of this stuff, because not to get too deep in the woods, but the Cal Expo's partner that helps bring them in a ton of business and run everything is a company called OVG. OVG handles a lot of stuff for Cal Expo when it comes to events and working with them. The head of OVG, Chris Granger, former president of the Sacramento Kings. And by the way, let me be very, very clear here. This ain't Chris's fault at all. This is on Cal Expo. Chris is a ride or die guy for the city of Sacramento, even though he's been in Detroit now for a while. But it's just funny how that works. From the 916, how unfortunate that the people in charge of Cal Expo would deny something so extraordinary that could happen for our city. And finally, something that's great for dead Cal Expo to not allow this. I'm not even planning to go, but I want it to happen for our team in our city. That's from Chris the Mom. And look, I don't want to completely kill Cal Expo here. It's a community asset. I want to be proud of it. Gone to Cal Expo. I mean, I'm going to Waterworld when I was 8 years old. Now Raging Waters, but whatever. I was Waterworld, man. Been to the fair 900 times. Pet a goat. I looked at a horse. Ate something on a stick.
I almost died at the fair.
Is that a little kid? What? Wait, hold on. Is this one of those Ranger Suarez as your cousins?
No, this is very, very real.
How did you almost die at the fair?
So I was 5 years old, just a little kid.
Why are we laughing?
If my mom is listening, she's going to hate this story.
So you're 5 years
because
old.
She's so I'm almost 40 years old, and she talks about this like this is one of the most tragic moments of her life.
What happened?
So we're there, and there is a dad with his kid, and they're petting like a bull, like big horns bull.
Okay.
And so dad's like, "Hey, do you want to pet the bull?" And the kid, he lifts his kid up and he pets the bull. And my dad says, "Do you want to do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." So he does the same thing. He grabs me and he picks me up to pet the bull. And it just like rears and just like, like that. And the horn like goes across my neck.
No.
Like there is a huge like burn across my neck from this horn. And my mom immediately flips out. And I think it's one of those things when you're like a little kid where like I don't realize what just happens.
Oh my God.
But my mom is terrified and I just start crying immediately because I'm just like, something just happened.
Yeah, it's one of those things
I can't comprehend what's happening.
100%. And as a parent, we've talked about this before. When your kid like falls down, the worst thing you can do is be like, "Oh my God." You have to be like, "Yay, good job." So they don't, but that's probably something I don't expect your mom and dad watching you get gored by a bull across the neck and be like, "Yay, that's so great."
And like after that, the bull's like, there was no one was around. There's no like security or anything, just like, "Oh my God, like we can't let this happen."
Oh my God.
But after that, like the bulls were put in another area.
Yeah. What? So you had to go to the hospital, get stitches?
No,
or something?
they didn't do anything.
What? They
I
just tell
think
you to
they
ice
just
up?
got me some ice and just like, "You're fine. You want to go on the Ferris wheel?"
A bull's horn, when you were 5 years old at the state fair, gored you across the side of the neck.
It didn't gore. It was very, very, very close to goring me.
Oh my God.
It grazed me.
So back to the point, Chris Verlade almost died at the state fair.
It should be called the Verlade Expo. So this was like early 90s, 80s. They don't care.
Oh my God. You almost lost your life at the fair. That's how deep we go with Cal Expo. Jeez. I learned something new every day, man. I never knew that you were millimeters away. And like, also, can I say, since you're okay, I feel like it's okay to say this. Like, how funny would that have been though if that's how you went at 5 years old?
My parents would have owned Cal Expo with their new son, Chet Verlade.
I would have never have known you, but I just, in an alternate universe where like it's a double universe, I would have gotten to heaven or hell, or well, most likely hell, where we're both going to end up, and just laughed. I would like laugh so like, "You got gored by a bull." That's how you went.
I can't believe that Verlade Expo is an opening for the Republic game.
Okay. The NBA, according to Sport Track and the Sports Business Journal and many others. And by the way, Bill Simmons said this a couple weeks ago. I'll give him credit. He said that he thinks this has been done for a while. And the NBA is waiting until after the playoffs to announce. And I actually tend to think he's right. ESPN, NBC, and Amazon are formalizing written deals with the NBA this week, according to the Sports Business Journal. ESPN is said to be paying $2.8 billion annually for the NBA's A package, if you will. NBC's B package would be worth $2.6 billion. So the A package would include the NBA Finals, a conference final, weekly primetime games, the WNBA, and likely shared international rights. NBC's proposed B package is believed to be now worth $2.6 billion annually and would probably include a basketball night in America, similar to football night in America on Sunday nights, following the NFL season, a total of 2 primetime windows a week, conference semifinals, and a conference final. Amazon's deal is believed to be worth between 1.8 and 2 billion, would likely include the in-season tournament, by the way, now sponsored by Emirates, the play-in tournament, now sponsored by SoFi, first-round playoff games, the WNBA and international rights. If you were counting, that's over $7 billion a year now for the NBA. Get this done, and let's get expansion.
And we will be talking with Tom Friend on Friday, who wrote that story.
Absolutely. Well done producing the program, and we will bring him on and talk entirely about those rights, what they mean for TNT, etc., and so much more. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Nuggets postmortem. We did not get a chance to get into that. We do need to get into that. And speaking of Nuggets, thank you, Chris. Thanks. Thank you. UpsizeMatters.com is where you can go for an outpatient, big difference, procedure to increase your circumference, if you will. Highly effective, long-lasting, pain-free. You can go see my friend Dr. Jack Friedlander in Roseville or his friend Dr. Joel Pash in San Francisco, either way, and get her done. We're going to have breaking news for you coming back from the break, by the way, so please stay tuned. And this is not a drill. This is real, actual breaking news. Back to UpsizeMatters.com. Listen, circumference is ranked at or near the top. Pretty much every survey when it comes to attributes. And you have an opportunity to increase yours. Go to UpsizeMatters.com. That's UpsizeMatters.com for your free consultation. Ladies and gentlemen, get your girth on. We'll take a quick break here. When we come back, breaking news involving a topic we've been on all morning long. Don't go away. We're back after this.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry. You never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Off to a cool start as we kick off your Wednesday. Temperatures will start out in the 50s, heading through the afternoon, plenty of sunshine, and it's going to be warm out there. Highs will peak in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
This Memorial Day, the Roseville Auto Mall invites you to experience the thrill of saving like never before. 17 dealerships and thousands of vehicles all in one location. The giant Memorial Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall at the intersection of savings and satisfaction.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible for the excessive amount of secondhand smoke in California.
From our sidewalks to our parks, restaurants, offices, and work sites, over half of Californians are at risk of being exposed to thousands of toxic chemicals.
Go to secondhanddangers.org for an action plan to protect yourself and your family from toxic harm that could last a lifetime.
Because even outdoors, there's no such thing as safe secondhand smoke.
Sponsored by Breathe California, Sacramento region.
You've seen the specials on Amazon, Netflix, Showtime, and more. Don't miss an evening with Steve Trevino.
Babe, can I go with Steve and have a drink at the casino? And then she started to speak wife. She looked at him right in the face and she goes, you can do whatever you want. And his dumb goes, told you. I go, oh, no, it's a trap. It's a trap.
Steve Trevino. Saturday, June 1st, the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Tickets on sale now at ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss an evening with Steve Trevino.
Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And if you've even thought of replacing your old, outdated, inefficient windows, now is the time to take action.
Right now at Bell Brothers, when you buy one window, you'll get the second one for 30% off. That's right. Buy one, get the second one 30% off.
That's real savings, up to $6,000. You have to buy at least 4 windows to qualify, and you can't mix windows and doors. But beyond that, every second window is 30% off.
For example, when you buy 10 windows, you will get 5 windows at 30% off. We also have 0% interest financing available for qualified buyers. Call for details.
To take advantage of our buy one, get one 30% off sale, call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Maida Chevy saves you $12,000 off MSRP on every new half-ton Silverado LT 5.3 liter in stock after rebates. Always 5 to choose from.
Exclusive, all in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details and 6324.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
The countdown to Miss Twin Peaks 2024 is on. Head over to MissTwinPeaks2024.com to learn about the contest and cast your 5 votes for your favorite Twin Peaks girl.
Bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
All right. Play the beam and fire the breaking news sounder.
When it breaks,
We have it first.
it's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
Well, the power of the people. At least here, it's damn near undefeated. We can't announce first and exclusively because that's what you're supposed to say in media. Cal Expo has changed course. Should they win the draw today, the Sacramento Republic will, in fact, host their next cup match at Cal Expo. And let me just say this, as I've spent all morning ripping Cal Expo and their management team. I'm a big believer in reversing courses and getting egos out of the way and doing the right thing. So I want to tip my cap and credit, as a citizen, Cal Expo and their management team for doing this. Now, maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe it was a this or a that, which no, I don't believe it was a misunderstanding because this is this is an ongoing level of behavior when it comes to the Sacramento Republic. They deserve to be treated better as tenants. They have been as fantastic as you can be. I don't deny that I'm sure there are logistical and staffing issues at times when you're hosting an event like that. I'm not unsympathetic to that. But as I've said all day, Cal Expo is a community asset. They are here to serve the people, and they're not, they have been shirking that responsibility at times. So that being said, in very quick fashion this morning, we've only been on talking about this for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. They have reversed course or altered course, if you will. And they've made the right decision on behalf of the people. They have decided to not let ego get involved. And yeah. So well done to them. Well done to them. Hat tip Cal Expo. Hat tip Cal Expo management. Hat tip to the Republic for handling this the right way and being such good members of the community. And let me just address one other thing on this. Yes, Jess, by the way, she of no passion. I do agree. She believes that Cal Expo might have changed their mind based on the attempted murder of Christopher Laud by a bull. I don't disagree. I want to say one more thing, and I'm going to be fully transparent about this, because I believe in that. As most of you know, many of you know that listen to the show, I work with Kevin Nagel in another world over in England as kind of a side side gig for myself. I love it. It's fun. And I'm an unabashed fan of Kevin's. He's not only a close friend of mine, but one of the reasons why I am and have been is because this is a guy who was originally from Southern California, who came up here and made Sacramento his home. He was one of the first two people, along with Phil Oates, to step up locally when Kevin Johnson asked and open up his checkbook and put his money where his mouth was when it came to saving the Sacramento Kings. And we can talk all we want about RV trips and Here We Stays and Crown Downtowns, and we should. Like, Crown Downtown and the Here We Stay folks and all the fans were such an integral part. But we all know that without the money, it doesn't happen. Without David Stern, without Kevin Johnson, without the money, it doesn't happen. We can Here We Stay and RV trip all we want. Doesn't happen. So that's when I first knew Kevin as a friend of the community. And if you know anything about me, you know that I bleed and live and die local. I'm a big, dramatic, blowhard goofus, but I was born and raised in Carmichael. I went to Detterding. I went to Mission Avenue. I went to Miraloma. I went to Rio. I went to Winston Churchill. There's one thing I have is local credentials, and I would die for this city. So what Kevin has now done with the Sac Republic is nothing short of take them when he took them over from almost like literally days away from bankruptcy, which is a story we can get into someday. Like days away from bankruptcy, vendors not being paid, all of this stuff going on. They were in a lot of trouble. And he's turned them into a team that has contended for the championship every single year but one. That was the year they had a ton of injuries. Brought home a title and are the favorites to win it again this year. And I'm leading towards talking about the stadium because when we tweeted this out about Cal Expo, there were a large amount of people that responded, well, this wouldn't be a problem if you didn't have an outdoor stadium. And I've purposely not spoken about that much because it's truly not my place. I'd rather have Kevin do it. And also, I'm not comfortable talking about stuff that I do have proprietary knowledge of because I don't think that's ethical. So I'm gonna walk the line here a little bit. There's a guy on Twitter that said, Kevin's had 10 years to solve this issue. It's embarrassing to be in this position, meaning Cal Expo. Also, we're holding you accountable to, since you literally said 133 days ago. And 133 days ago, I said, and I'm quoting my own tweet, how's this? If he doesn't speak on it, meaning the stadium, within a month, blame me. I'm fine with that. Go ahead. Blame me if it makes you feel better. Christ. But let me give you what I can tell you about the outdoor stadium. This is all I can tell you. It really, really pisses me off when I hear that. I fully understand why Republic fans are frustrated that they don't have a dedicated stadium, a dedicated outdoor stadium to call their own. They deserve that. They're an amazing fan base. They deserve their own stadium. MLS or not, screw MLS. I'm just talking about the Republic. MLS or no, they deserve an outdoor stadium. So I get the frustration. But you're barking at the wrong guy. And I'll tell you why you're barking at the wrong guy. Is he at the top? Yup. Does the buck stop there? Yup. There's no arguing that. But it's frustrating to me, and I don't blame people necessarily because they don't have the access, if you will. But I've sat here and personally watched the dude obsess on this outdoor stadium. Well, we bought the English team, Dave. Is that holding it up? No. As a matter of fact, he's in serious, crazy conversations right now, deep conversations to try to take control of the stadium out in England as well. He's having dual stadium conversations, but his allegiance is here. Of course it is. He lives here. Nobody wants an outdoor stadium more than Kevin Nagel. Nobody has spent the time on an outdoor stadium that he has. Now, what I can't tell you is I can't tell you the hurdles. I can't tell you the things that are in the way. I can't tell you the challenges that have risen up that he has no control over, the bureaucracy, the red tape, the this, the that, the site control, all of that. I can't get into that because it's not my info to share. Let me just say this. If you trust me at all, and maybe you don't, I've never lied to you. I've been wrong, but I've never lied to you. If you knew the ins and outs of what's been going on in the attempts to get this outdoor stadium done, you would more likely want to go up and kiss the guy on the mouth rather than criticize him for not getting an outdoor stadium done. And you know who else has a really big thirst to build an outdoor stadium in Sacramento? Let me get the list out. Oh, never mind. There's literally nobody on the list. There's nobody else pushing this. There's nobody else with the money. There's nobody else with the connection of all of it to get it done. If he can't get it done, it will not get done anytime soon. So you have a guy who's come in here, who's put his money up for the Kings. You have a guy who's come in here and completely turned the Republic franchise around to make them profitable, solvent, and successful with a tremendous winning culture. And you have a guy here who is trying to build an outdoor stadium in Sacramento and has been, as the person said on Twitter, on it for years. It is really close. And that's the guy you want to yell at? That doesn't make sense to me, man. I understand the frustration. You're yelling at the wrong dude because you're yelling at your biggest champion. You're yelling at the guy who I tell all the time should be on a freaking beach somewhere with a drink and an umbrella sitting in his villa because he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And why is he up at 3 a.m. on the phone with England people and then on the phone right now? He's in Portland right now dealing with this stuff on his way back.
Jason?
Just talk to him. Yes, he actually should pick Jason up. So am I a little emotional about it? Yeah. Am I a little personal about it? Yeah, I am. Why? Because anyone who's a champion for the city, anybody who has the city's back, whether it was KJ, whether it's Kevin, whether it's Phil Oates, Andy Miller, Mark Mastrov, you name it. Anyone who's willing to step up and invest in our city, which gets walked over so often, put their money where their mouth is and champion us, not just locally, but beyond. They're my heroes. These are the people I love because I don't have the money to do it. I just have my stupid voice. And when that's the person getting yelled at, okay. It's your right, but I don't agree with it. We'll take a break when we come back. Who's hot, who's not, and let's go streaking next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
And here's Purdy going to throw one deep, wide for Debo. Made the catch on the back shoulder. Touchdown! San Francisco!
And a back shoulder banger for Debo Samuel.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, it wasn't exactly a headline when the A's acquired infielder Abraham Toro from the Brewers in the offseason. After all, Toro had just 18 at-bats in the big leagues a year ago. But as we near the end of May, his emergence has become a good story. Entering the week, Toro is number 8 in the American League in batting and also in the top 20 in hits and on-base percentage.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
At Elk Grove Honda, we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we'd buy from ourselves. And right now, you'll find interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. Our Honda-trained technicians only certify our Hondas if they pass a thorough 182-point inspection. See our exceptional selection of Elk Grove Honda certified pre-owned Hondas with interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
If you're looking for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance, we're Term Provider, experts in finding affordable term life insurance for those that may not be in perfect health. Prostate cancer, heart conditions, high cholesterol, or on prescription medications, you may still qualify for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance. Call Term Provider at 800-337-4168. 800-337-4168.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up! And call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Is hot.
The Sacramento Republic.
Hey!
The Republic have not lost a game this season. It got a little dicey last night. Took extra time. The Republic were down 3-2, but were saved by a goal from Luis Felipe and then the winning goal by Sebastian Herrera to move on to the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open Cup.
That is, and the U.S. Open Cup, which may I add, should they win the draw today, they'll be hosting.
Where at?
That'd be Cal Expo, friend.
Oh, that seems normal.
What do you know? Well, then I guess who's not?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh.
I mean, he had good numbers. He scored 25 points, 10 assists, only 3 turnovers. Problem is he was a -11, and 2 of those turnovers were at the end of regulation and overtime, which cost the Pacers game 1 against the Celtics.
Oh, Tyrese Halliburton. The guy who's still in the playoffs actively and Zoris Burke loves very much. You know who else is hot? Cal Expo management.
Yes.
I'll say it. Congratulations. Good for them. Righting a wrong. All's well that ends well. I'm going to take a phone call here from our guy, JR, at 1-800-920-1140. Man, I'm going to open up the rest of the phone lines. Let's see. Republic had 4 goals last night. San Jose had 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. We will take caller 7 at 1-800-920-1140 to grab tickets to go see Nick Swardson at the Crest. All you got to do is hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now, looking for caller 7 to score a pair of tickets to pull up for the hilarious new set from Nick at the Crest in beautiful downtown Sacramento, October 18th. JR. Good morning, JR.
Where would the show be if Chris would have lost his life that fateful night?
That's what I'm saying. Chris may have gotten gored by a bull at 5 years old, but that blood rang true today as he single-handedly saved the day.
He did. And I talked to that bull, and he said if I would have just had a little more girth on my horns.
UpsizeMattersBulls.com, brother.
That's it. Hey, as a guy that travels around the league to different USL champions teams, we're very happy to have the Cal Expo. If you go to Vegas or Tacoma, those are old baseball fields. You go to Oakland Roots, that's a junior college they throw a turf on.
Right.
So you should be very happy that the Expo is what it is. Last night's game was phenomenal. Herrera with the 107 goal, phenomenal. Love you. Great show. Hey, keep preaching the word, dude. We're going to get it.
Thanks,
bye-bye.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you, JR. JR's funny. He cracks me up sometimes, he and Steven. And everybody in the YouTube chat, appreciate you as well. I'm just reading the list I'm seeing right in front of me. I know there's more in there, but our guy Kings fan, Aaron, Kevin, Jess, the passionless Jess, Derek, Ben, MC, the captain of the chat, Zebra, co-captain. They're co-captains, I should say. Always appreciate your support, and I'm in a really good mood. I feel good about this Cal Expo thing. I'm really glad. I'm really, really glad that got taken care of, and they deserve it. The Republic fans who I guess I just kind of yelled at some of them, and I don't think I'm particularly popular with a large group of them for that. But weirdly enough, we have the same goal in mind. And I would just stress, if you knew what I knew and you saw what I saw, you would feel a lot differently about this local stadium situation. And that I've said it before, I've said it again. To have that thing resolved very, very quickly, and we'll have Kevin on the program to deal with it. We will take a break. When we come back, let's see, we got to catch up. We'll hit Boston and the Pacers a little bit, but we also need to do, who's hot, and let's go streaking, right?
We did. Who's hot? Sacramento Republic.
That's right, we did, didn't we? How about let's go streaking?
Yes, we will go streaking.
It's one thing when my memory's bad. It's another one when it's bad from something literally like 120 seconds ago. We'll take a break. We'll come back after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
What's going on? Talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Chad, fill us in. What's happening for Chrysler's Memorial Day sales event?
We're sad to say goodbye to the last of the new gas-powered 2023 Dodge Challenger and Chargers, but we're sending them out in style. Right now, you can save up to $12,500 off MSRP on the very last of the new 2023 Dodge Chargers and Challengers in stock. GT or SXT, you pick, starting at just $24,350.
It's hard to believe this is really the end, Chad.
Yep, once they're gone forever. Don't wait and miss your chance because there's only a few left, and with savings like this, they won't last long.
Hurry in before they're gone or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HoblettDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
12,500 total net savings after 8,500 factory rebates and 4,000 dealer discount. 10th is net savings. 24,350 net price on new 2023 Dodge Challenger SXT after 8,530 factory rebates and 5,470 dealer discounts. Sample VIN 648401. See dealer for details.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
We love the game because anything can happen. There's no sure thing.
How did that go in?
Every play,
Oh my goodness!
every shot,
Are you kidding me?
every swing is a risk if you bet.
I can't believe that just happened.
There's no easy money. There's no luck. And no one wins all the time. If you bet, bet responsibly and always set a limit. Learn more at responsibleplay.org.
It's the Memorial Day sales event going on at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi folks, Leonard Harrington here, and I'm here to tell you we've got the savings, the selection, and of course the service to make Memorial Day better than ever. You know, the start of the summer is the perfect time to get into that new Ram truck, Dodge Charger, Chrysler 300, or Jeep Wrangler that you've been thinking about. And of course, there's plenty in stock to choose from. We've got the colors, the styles, and the options you've been looking for. Maybe you need service on your vehicle. From routine maintenance to major repairs, let our factory-trained service techs get you back on the road at no time at all. It's our Memorial Day sales event, so why not kick off the summer right now? Only at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, right off 99 in Kettleman, and open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the low price center. Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
This other stuff. Mayor Steinberg will join us in 15 minutes to kind of wrap this thing up. And I'll ask him about the local stadium, if you will, the outdoor stadium. Proud of everybody. Honest to God, proud of everybody. I'm really, nothing makes me happier than community organization and making a difference. And really proud of our community for the being vocal. I mean, there is no better example than the city of Sacramento and Sacramento sports fans when it comes to understanding that you can make a difference. You truly can make a difference if you're organized. And there's no other city, I think, in the world that has more organized sports culture when it comes to protesting and wielding fan power than Sacramento. Unfortunately, we have a lot of experience having to do it. So when something like this pops up, that is a travesty, and that would have been not allowing the Republic to host their next U.S. Open Cup match. It is swiftly taken care of, and the mayor's going to help us wrap that up. Along with and again, I'll give all the credit in the world to Cal Expo. It was a wrong made right, and good for them in putting fans and putting the community first. So we'll talk to Daryl here in about 15 minutes. In the meantime, let's disrobe and let's go streaking, Chris.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking.
Okay, look.
Listen,
Linda. I want to know how I did, but that's not the top story at 9. It's Chris Verlaud with the longest active streak in the world, I would say. There is no radio show and no member of any radio show that has predicted more hits in a row than Chris Verlaud currently, as he has now tied the season record.
I'm one behind.
You're one behind the season record?
Yes.
Oh,
I had going into today. I had 6. You had 7,
and you are just 5 off of tying the all-time record, both of which I own. So I'm more interested in Chris, and I'm to say I'm rooting for him is an absolute lie. Because screw you, it's my record.
I almost got killed by a bull.
That is true. Chris, how did you do? How did I do? Let's get the little stuff out of the way.
Okay, do you remember who you picked?
I know I picked. Salvador Perez.
That's correct.
Hey.
Of the
Kansas
City Royals.
Yes.
They won 10-3 over the Tigers.
Oh, that's 10. That's a lot of runs.
Salvador Perez got up 5 times.
That's a lot of at-bats in a 10-run game for the second leading hitter in baseball.
He got 2 hits.
Let's go.
Your streak goes to 2.
Let's go. 2 down and 10 to go to break the record. But
Jason called in. He picked Christian Yelich.
Did Jason sound relaxed and happy?
He texted him.
Okay. All right. But did his text?
It was very relaxed.
A very relaxed text. Okay, good.
He picked Christian Yelich.
Christian Yelich.
He went 1 for 3.
Hey,
he also got a hit.
Good for you, Jason. You're on vacation. You're still getting hits. But we clear the way. Now, the big story, Chris Verlaud, to tie the season-high streak and be just a few games behind the all-time streak. Chris Verlaud, how'd you do?
I picked Luis Arias.
Luis Arias, noted streak killer over the year that we've done this.
Of the San Diego Padres.
San Diego Padres, formerly the Marlins.
They lost 2-0 to the Cincinnati Reds.
They got shut out.
That's
That's not good for your guy.
Luis Arias went to the plate 4 times.
That's a lot of bats.
And he got 2 hits.
Oh, my God. A 2-0 shutout.
To tie
of course.
the season record of 7 hits in a row.
He almost was killed by a bull at 5 years old. And just a few years later, he's now standing side by side on the podium with me for the longest streak of the year. Chris Verlaud, amazing performance. Maybe San Diego Luis Arias is good luck.
Maybe.
And Florida.
Arias in San Diego means good luck.
As a matter of fact, it does. It's a whale's good luck, I believe they say. So now we fast forward to today. Did Jason happen to give you a hitter for today?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we will work on that. Let's see. I'm going to go, speaking of Jason, you know what? I will go to his team. I will go to the New York Yankees, and I will take Alex Verdugo, left fielder.
It's my guy.
That is your guy. He's your cousin.
We have the same complexion.
Yes, you do. Of course. Chris Verlaud to set a new streak. Who are you taking?
I don't think I've picked this person yet.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
And he's known as kind of a cheater.
Oh, no.
I'm taking Jose Altuve.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Break here.
You're taking the cheater to perhaps break my record for the year. All right. You made the call. By the way, on this NBA deal, perhaps with NBC, it looks to be announced soon. One of the big stories, I think it was Dan Lebitard that broke it yesterday, is that John Tesh has confirmed that NBC has already reached out to relicense the popular anthem used for all those NBA on NBC games.
Jason just picked Ozzy Albies.
Ozzy Albies. Probably. That's probably how you pronounce it. I believe that's what. Isn't that the Braves?
That's not a real name.
Ozzy Albies. Yeah, it's a totally real name. Now, if you remember watching these games on NBC, your odds are you're a child of the 90s. And the theme is still used to this day. Basketball, because okay. So John Tesh said NBC already reached out. Nothing firm, but they said, hey, can you stay frosty on this? Like a Navy SEALs thing, because we'd love to talk to you about it. We're actually talking right now about licensing it to them for the Olympics in Paris. That's right, because NBA, or not NBA, but Olympic basketball, same thing. Here's the problem. It also appears that if NBC does relicense Round Ball Rock, which is this song, it will be getting an updated version of the song. Tesh revealed that there are currently plans to re-record the song with some minor tweaks with an orchestra in Nashville next month. Quote, at the end of June, we're heading to Nashville. We got a full orchestra on hold, and we're going to re-record it. I think it still sounds great, but I wanted to make a few changes. Maybe open the middle. Maybe we'll send it to you guys. You could turn it into an EDM track. You know, that kind of stuff. Now, as much as I love this song and as much as I want it back.
And the them they're talking about is the Dan Le Batard.
The Dan Le Batard Show. Thank you. I hate every part of that. As I said on Twitter yesterday, and Chris responded, you do not update the Mona Lisa and change her look. You don't alter the thingy on the Statue of David. You know what I'm saying? There is nothing wrong with this. It's perfect.
Oh, so Taylor Swift can re-record all of her songs, but John Tesh can't?
Sounds like a cash grab. That's what that is. That's what this is. Cash grab. Don't redo it. Please.
Yeah, if he's getting it in an orchestra, because it's kind of got like a synthesizer vibe.
Yes.
And it needs to keep that.
And he's on the synthesizer. If he's done it live before. He told the story of it.
Where you can tell he's never dribbled a basketball in his life. He's like, ugh.
Right?
It's like, is that a yo-yo?
Yeah, what is that exactly? You can't do that. Please leave it alone. Please don't touch Round Ball Rock, John Tesh.
Is there a chance that he re-releases it and you think, you know what? You might be like Cal Expo. You know what? I was wrong. I'm happy to be wrong.
Is there a chance?
Yes.
Yeah, there is. I admit it. Before we go to break, I'll play you this clip. This is John Tesh live and the untold story behind Round Ball Rock.
Unusual way came to me when I was in Europe about 4 or 5 years ago. I was trying to write a sports theme, and I did not have a piano in the hotel where I was staying, so I did probably what many of you have done, faced with a similar situation. I called my answering machine at home, and I left a message for myself. And although that sounds goofy, what happened was that theme that I sang into the machine is the theme that they play every time the Chicago Bulls crush another basketball team. So I am singing themes into my machine regularly. And special bonus for you folks, I have brought the original answering machine tape with me so I can play it for you. I know you were dying to hear it. There we go. But it has to be played on the original answering machine. So here now the original demo tape for this particular song for pro basketball.
Hi, this is a message for me about the NBA theme. Here's an idea. It goes like this.
So you hear Tesh on the piano, and then you hear the violins taking place of what we're used to, which is the synthesizer. Still remember the first time I heard or I found out John Tesh wrote it, because
the Entertainment Tonight guy?
That's exactly what it was. Well, hold on. John Tesh is the clean-cut guy in the suit next to Mary Hart on Entertainment Tonight.
Kevin Hart's aunt.
That's right. Of which Entertainment Tonight fooled me when it first came out when I was, I think, 5 years old. This is the earliest memory, because the way they ran the promos for Entertainment Tonight, which was coming soon, they did it about a month in advance, but they were calling it E.T. And if you remember, which you probably don't unless you're old, when Entertainment Tonight came out, it was at the tail end of the E.T. craze of the movie in the theater. I thought it was going to be a series about E.T. the extraterrestrial. And then when I tuned in on NBC to watch it, I think Sunday at 8 p.m. or whatever, there's no E.T. It's a true story. There's no E.T.
They're talking about Hollywood bad boy Robert Downey Jr.
Right. Yeah. Up-and-comer Christian Slater. We'll take a break. When we return, hold on. That was me. Sorry, got to mute it. When we return, the mayor of Sacramento, Darrell Steinberg, we will we'll update and close the book on this Cal Expo fiasco turned good. I'm going to ask him about this. He doesn't know this. I'm going to ask him about the local stadium and people they're getting angry about it. And all that. We'll also get to the Pacers in Boston and so much more as we get to the final 45 minutes of the program right here on Sacktown Sports. But first, let me tell you about my friends at American Energy. Trying to get you to get rid of those PG&E fluctuating bills that are all over the place and go to electric full time. All electric, all year round, be done with PG&E. Not only do they have an incredibly efficient, or should I say many incredibly efficient HVAC systems they can install in your house, but they'll give you a free consultation to figure out what's best for your needs and let you know exactly how much everything's going to be. And then they'll do all the paperwork. They'll get you every penny of up to $9,000 in rebates for that system. So not only are you saving a ton of money on that, you're saving a ton of money on your bills. American Energy, locally owned and operated, been around since 1981. A-plus Better Business Bureau. These are good people. Give them a call. 916-520-9995, 916-520-9990, or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy. Make the uncomfortable comfortable. Mayor Darrell Steinberg. Stadiums and Cal Expo next.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sacktown Sports.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Harrison Barnes, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader. Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Winding down the program, or should I say winding up? Winding up. Alan Stiles and Chris Watkins will join us for a little crosstalk here in a minute. And by a minute, I mean about a half an hour. We'll get to your phone calls as always. And I got a couple more questions for you, including what to watch tonight. In the meantime, we started the show, and for much of the show, we spent time on the fact that Cal Expo had told the Republic they would not be able to host their U.S. Open Cup next match in early July. They made the Final 8 last night, beating the MLS San Jose Earthquakes. That's a big deal. Denying local fans the ability to do that. Well, your pressure paid off. Cal Expo has reversed course or altered course. And I'm sure somewhere the soon-to-be outgoing, I don't even like saying that, Mayor of Sacramento was a part of that. We welcome him in right now. Always kind with his time to start a Wednesday morning, in which I'm sure he has many better things to do instead of slumming it on my sports show. But hey, he's in politics, so his cheese can't be entirely on his cracker. The one, the only Mayor of Sacramento, Mr. Darryl Steinberg, noted Giants fan. Good morning, sir.
Hello, Carmichael Dave. I'm thrilled about the Republic and upset about the Giants' ninth inning blown lead, but that's life.
They got screwed by the umps, Mr. Mayor. It got screwed a little bit.
I was chairing the council meetings. I didn't get to see it, but that's life. But the Republic,
how about
big
that
win?
Yeah, that was I'll let you kind of fill in the blanks. I had kind of gone in on Cal Expo earlier when this was going on. I mean, this just should have never happened, but also made it a point to say, hey, look, when egos get put aside, agendas get put aside, and people are able to do the right thing for the community, you and I are always on the same page here. Whatever benefits the community, that's the side we're on. And it sounds like you and others were able to get involved, and clearer heads prevailed.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a simple thing. The home of the Republic is at Cal Expo, and of course, with the big win last night and the potential of hosting a home game with national prominence, the Republic needs to be able to play at Cal Expo. And there was a little issue, namely because the state fair is around that time, and there was some concern about whether or not they could accommodate the game and prepare for the state fair. But a few of us made a phone call or two, and Tom Martinez, the general manager at Cal Expo, is a good man, and it was resolved pretty quickly. And so you're right. Sometimes you just got to cut through it and let common sense prevail, and that's what happened. So hopefully we win the draw, because we still have to win a draw to get the home game, and if we do, I hope it's not on a Tuesday night when we have a council meeting, because I intend to be there.
Well, let's see. I believe, don't quote me here, Mr. Mayor, I'm going back through my notes, but I believe it would be either July 9th or July 10th, depending on, let me look here. Ooh, we're rooting for July 10th because July 9th is a Tuesday. So come on, 10th.
Well, actually we're on summer recess. So
okay.
There we go. July 10th it is. July 9th or 10th. I can't wait.
Gotcha.
We will be there. It's great. This is Sacramento, as you know, better than anybody, loves big events, loves its teams. And, this is another example, by the way, of why Sacramento is already a Major League Soccer city. We want to be MLS, but we don't need to have our hat out to anybody. We are big league, and no matter what, we're going to support soccer big time in the Republic, big time in the city.
Talk to me, Mr. Mayor, about Cal Expo. In as I understand it, in Italy, you have Rome, and then within Rome, you have Vatican City. And Vatican City is its own little, its own sovereign city, its own deal. Now, this is the only time anyone's ever going to compare Cal Expo to Vatican City. But just to help me understand, although Cal Expo is in the city, as I understand it, it's a state-run organization. So is that a bit of a tricky road for the mayor to kind of walk between? Obviously, you're overseeing everything in the city, but yet you have this giant state-run entity there as well that answers my guesses to Governor Newsom.
It is very tricky, and frankly, it has been for many years, as I've served in the various capacities, both at the state level and as mayor. You're exactly right. It is a state facility with an independent board appointed mostly by the governor, and they are not, answerable directly to the city, and so it always depends on having a collaborative relationship. And like I said, Tom Martinez, very good general manager out there. We work very well with him, but frankly, there's been some tension over the long haul as well, whether it's been about, wanting to use some of the facilities to alleviate our homeless problem, because it's a major, it's huge amount of land and acreage. And then some of these things come up, but, it is very important because it not only is it the home of the state fair, but it also has the potential, and I know they're working on it, I've worked on it for a long time, to be something even greater. And I think at some point, state leadership and local leadership need to really look at how the whole thing is set up, just to make sure that it's maximizing its potential for whatever use is the highest public use. But really, on this one, good general manager, cooperative guy, and we're able to work it out.
That's the mayor of Sacramento, Darrell Steinberg. One last thing for you. You know me well enough to know when it comes to the city and it comes to people that I consider, whether it's you, whether it's Phil Oates, whether it's whomever that champions the city, I get a little emotional and protective. And part of the reaction about this Cal Expo thing has been some people asking, well, why the hell don't we have a new stadium yet? This has been going on for years now. And as I explained earlier, I went on about a 10-minute rant on this, Darrell. I 100% understand the frustration from a fan base that more than deserves an outdoor stadium. But what I have a hard time handling, and I fully disclosed and have many times my relationship with Kevin Nagel, both business and personal, I cannot stand when people are getting the wrong info. And what I was seeing was people calling him a liar or saying he can't get a deal done, or what are we waiting on? And I just wanted you, I can say what I can say. You're the mayor, to maybe back up, and I'm sure you will, that I think it's safe to say no one's busting their rear more than this guy to get this thing done. And it ain't his fault it ain't here yet.
Well, first of all, Kevin Nagel is a hero to me in this town when the story is written, because he has stuck with not only the Republic, but Sacramento itself through some really hard times. And look, I'm always open to any kind of criticism, but here's the absolute truth. We have done everything right when it comes to soccer, everything right. And, you don't want to, point to bad luck, but frankly, we had Major League Soccer and then the pandemic hit and Ron Burkle backed out. We have had the opportunity and have engaged with many potential investors who, for their own reasons, decided not to go forward. And then, of course, the league raised the franchise fee to an amount that just was untenable for any investor. And we've done everything right. The city's put $100 million plus towards funding the infrastructure. Kevin Nagel has engaged with every single potential investor in good faith. We dealt in good faith with the league. And as I said in my State of the Downtown speech a couple of weeks ago, this saga can only end one way. And it will end with a stadium. I'm still confident. It may start out as a USL stadium and be expandable for Major League Soccer. But we are in the midst of another intensive conversation, we believe now, with the right investor, and I'm not going to disclose any more than that. And I am committed before I leave office to get this done. We will do everything in our power to get it done and continue to do it right. Maybe a little luck will roll our way, and we will actually realize this dream for the people of Sacramento. But Kevin Nagel and the city of Sacramento, we've done everything right.
Well said. I can't say it any better. None at all. And I appreciate that. And, people are still going to say what they say, but I think when the story's all said and done, I think the victors will write it. And, it's not like you've never dealt with good-meaning people that may be angry at the wrong person. I mean, every Tuesday night. But
this is criticism is part of being in the public eye. I accept that. But what I've also learned is that persistence and steady leadership, both on the private sector side and the public sector side, you do it the right way, that the karma comes around. And like I said, we are in intensive discussions with, we believe, the right investor. And let's just see what happens over the next couple of months.
All right. I'll be in front row with you for the Doobie Brothers opening concert or whatever it is. I don't know.
That's going back in time. I'll take Jackson Brown or Bruce Springsteen. Here we go.
Okay. All right. We can split the bill there with Jackson Brown. There you go. No problem. What about, I'm wearing an Alice in Chains shirt, so that's not going to happen with the original lineup, obviously, but we'll figure it out. It's a good problem to have when you and I are picking the musical groups.
You and I will book it, okay?
There you go. I'm fine with that. Go do your mayoring. We appreciate your time as always, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you so much.
All right, Daryl. Take care. Bye-bye. That's the mayor of Sacramento, Daryl Steinberg. We'll take a break when we come back. What to watch tonight? And we got a lot of stuff to clean up off the show as well. Don't go away. We're right back after this.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Off to a cool start as we kick off your Wednesday. Temperatures will start out in the 50s, heading through the afternoon, plenty of sunshine, and it's going to be warm out there. Highs will peak in the upper 80s to lower 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's Folsom Lake Kia's Memorial Day sales event. Save on new Kias with low payments and low finance rates and zero down deals on approval of credit. Shop Folsom Lake Kia in the Folsom Auto Mall and tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years with plenty of close by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Keep your family cool and comfortable this summer with Bell Brothers' best summer ever financing event. When you replace your AC system, we're offering 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on approved credit, then low fixed rate thereafter. That's right, 0 payments, 0 interest for 6 months on any new AC system. It's an incredible offer on an incredible new AC system, but only for a limited time. This offer is also available on any plumbing, water heater, or insulation projects over $1,000. So call Bell Brothers now. Your family will thank you because they'll be cool and comfortable. But you have to hurry. Our offer for 0 payment, 0 interest for 6 months, then low fixed rate thereafter ends soon. Estimates and second opinions are free. So call now to keep your family cool and comfortable during Bell Brothers' best summer ever event. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com. That's theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. You'll save 10 to 25% on all living rooms, to sofas, to sectionals, to dining rooms, to bedrooms, to home offices, and so much more. Everything is on sale right now at Naturewood Home Furnishings Memorial Day sale. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at savings from 10 to 25% at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishing, off Highway 50 in Hazel. Look for the water wheel. At Elk Grove Honda, we make sure every certified pre-owned Honda is one we'd buy from ourselves. And right now, you'll find interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. Our Honda-trained technicians only certify our Hondas if they pass a thorough 182-point inspection. See our exceptional selection of Elk Grove Honda certified pre-owned Hondas with interest rates as low as 1.99% APR on approved credit. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall or online at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Final half hour of the program, celebrity birthdays, coming up in just moments. Fun show today. Jason Ross will be back on Monday. Hopefully with all kinds of fun stories. I like stories. I want golf stories. I was just telling Nate my idea for a graphic thing for our socials. Chris, tell me what you think. You see those like lists, and it's like a picture of like 8 NBA players at the top worth $5, then 4, 3, 2, 1, and you have $15 to make the best team, right? Yes. I think we should do that with like all, like, for example, like Marvin Bagley, Jimmer, Stauskas, like all of our Kings draft picks through the years.
50 cents, a quarter.
And then just like, obviously De'Aaron, DeMarcus, Peja, whatever, but then just keep going down, and then you get to the bottom one, and it's Thomas Robinson,
Jimmer
Fredette. Or we just do it in the NBA to make it more fun. I actually think that's could get some traction. Just take like 25 of the worst players in the league and just put
Harrison Barnes.
Just put them.
Not Harrison Barnes.
Oh, Jesus, dude. What are you doing? That was why? What is it with Harrison Barnes and things accidentally sounding off on the show at the most inappropriate possible times? That was an accident. That was not, I assure you, that was not on purpose. On my kids. That was not.
People give like a lot of crap to the Kings about drafting Willie Cauley-Stein and like not even like top 10 worst draft picks by the Kings.
No. By the way, is Willie still in the league? Last I remember, he was with Dallas. I'm sure he's not anymore. Or is he drawing something somewhere? I know he's a big art guy. Where the hell is Willie Cauley-Stein? Willie played last year for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers of the G League, and then last year played for Open Yobmatis Varese.
Nailed it.
Sounds like a transformer. Open Yobdamis, an Italian pro club based in Varese, Lombardy. Hey, man, get your Italy on, Willie. Go for it. Willie Cauley-Stein in Italy has got to be a blast. Hey, it's a Willie Cauley-Stein.
He make it the basket.
Why doesn't he run on the faster break? What a horrible turnover from Willie Cauley-Stein.
At least he's not a Papagiannis.
It's not DiGiorno, it's Papagiannis. How is that not offensive, what we're doing right now? Why is it okay to have fun with the Italian? Well, don't answer that question. What to watch tonight? Let's start at the Western Conference Finals. The Minnesota Timber Puppies take on the Mavericks of Dallas, Texas. That's 5:30 TNT. Charles and Kenny and the gang will all be out there on site. And by the way, a common misconception: if this deal with NBC happens and Warner Brothers / TNT loses out, there will be a farewell run for Inside the NBA all next year, and still maybe time for the NBC to drop a pantload of money on Ernie Johnson and get him to, get him to move. I really, truly do appreciate the loyalty, but hey, let me clean up some stuff for y'all here. You may have heard this. This was a couple nights ago. Charles Barkley, and this will tie into something else, interviewing Anthony Davis with the Inside the NBA crew and letting them know he hadn't been to Minnesota in a long time.
To watch you play. Okay, I have not been to Minnesota in probably 20 years.
Bring your ass.
Hey,
bring your ass.
Can you?
So, somebody decided to commission bringyass.com, which now directs you to the state of Minnesota's tourism site. Bring Ya Ass, that's BRINGYASS.com, now directs you to the state of Minnesota's tourism website. In related news, Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota has put out a proclamation. I'll just read you the first couple of sentences of each line. Whereas, and then it says, basketball has a long, rich, and sometimes painful history in Minnesota. Reigning champion Denver Nuggets fell to the Wolves. It is the first time in 20 years since the glory days of Kevin Garnett, Naz Reid, games 1 and 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Young and old sports fans have a sense of optimism. I'll save you the line. It's in an official proclamation form that says whereas. And if you look closely, the governor of Minnesota has put out a state of Minnesota proclamation. And if you take the first letter of every paragraph and put them together, it spells out bring your ass. I like it. Barry Bonds opened an envelope today or yesterday on a video, and this is what happened.
What's that say there, Barry?
Pirates Hall of Fame.
have been selected to be included in the Pittsburgh Hall of Fame. That is awesome.
Mr. Nutting would like you to attend the Hall of Fame class of 2024.
Oh, I'd love to. I mean, it's great. That's where my career started, right? And that's who drafted me. Couldn't have had a better manager, a better team, a better starting point for me.
Well, the manager he's talking about is Jim Leland. If you have some time today and you haven't seen it, go to YouTube and look up Jim Leland and Barry Bonds. There was a spring training where Barry Bonds was getting a little persnickety. And Jim Leland, who's a 3-pack-a-day smoker, wasn't having any of it, and he lit up Barry Bonds in front of the whole team, and it's pretty interesting to watch. Nobody messed with Jimmy Leland. My fun Barry Bonds stat of the day, I had one yesterday, because Barry Bonds' stats are insane. Cream clear, I don't care. They're still insane. If you took all of Barry Bonds' stats, every hit, home run, stolen base, whatever, if you took all of his stats for all 7 of his MVP seasons, let me make sure that sinks in. His best seasons in baseball, 7 MVPs, remove the statistics. He would still have 440 home runs and 359 stolen bases. Oh, my God. Yeah. That's hilarious. He's pretty good. Roid or no roid, he's pretty good. We'll take a break. When we come back, celebrity birthdays, brought to you by Crumble Cookies. We will crosstalk with Styles and Watkins and so much more right here as we wrap up the program on KHTK.
Harrison Barnes plays here.
Harrison Barnes drives it, hammers it. The Black Falcon soaring into the night sky on a Monday evening in Northern California.
Sac Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
You're ready for a perfect summer on the lawn. But wait, there are weeds, brown spots, and mosquitoes everywhere. It's time to call True Green. Get the best deal of the year and save over $200 when you bundle annual lawn care and mosquito plans. So all you have to do is water and mow. Hurry, offer ends May 28th. Visit truegreen.com for the best lawn at the best price. Guaranteed. Restrictions apply.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized with help from Beacon. I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
It's the Memorial Day sales event going on at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi folks, Leonard Harrington here, and I'm here to tell you we've got the savings, the selection, and of course the service to make Memorial Day better than ever. You know, the start of the summer is the perfect time to get into that new Ram truck, Dodge Charger, Chrysler 300, or Jeep Wrangler that you've been thinking about. And of course, there's plenty in stock to choose from. We've got the colors, the styles, and the options you've been looking for. Maybe you need service on your vehicle. From routine maintenance to major repairs, let our factory-trained service techs get you back on the road at no time at all. It's our Memorial Day sales event, so why not kick off the summer right now? Only at Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, right off 99 in Kettleman, and open till 9 every night and Sundays after church.
Prices are better at the Low Price Center. Lodi Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Visit us at LodiCDJR.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey, oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there we go. All right. Yeah. Your voice is grainy because you were yelling at the game last night.
That's right. Well, I can turn it on and off.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yes, you can. Chris was out there, too. He said he saw you, but you kind of ignored him.
Ooh. Chris, you were out there?
I was.
Oh, wow.
You had way better seats than me.
Yeah, I was.
Wow, front row styles.
Yeah, I was on the pitch.
Styling and profiling.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah. That's right. You can catch me there again.
Thank you.
On Saturday.
Why is that?
Because Dave is a great co-worker.
Oh, I wasn't trying to do that.
Oh.
I just wanted you to, but thank you. I wanted you to plug what you're doing.
Yeah. So I will be doing the MC in-game hosting duties, filling in for the great Connor Sutton. So I was there yesterday kind of shadowing him.
I thought we were a team.
Excuse me?
I thought we were an MC team.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's only... You didn't see the email? There's only pre and halftime, so...
Hey, everybody, it's Santa Claus.
Man, this person killed it at the Santa parade.
I love Connor. That's my guy. How would you feel if you went and you just knocked it so far out of the park that the poor guy's out of a job? I mean, if you consider
That's not going to happen.
Okay,
That's not going to happen.
All right.
I just want to do my best and be the best Alan I can be.
That's a great attitude. And Chris, honestly,
yes,
probably the most important thing Alan said right there was how great of a coworker I am.
Yes.
Do you agree? All right. Celebrity birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends. Nothing brings family and friends together better than crumble cookies. Crumble cookies, yum, yum, yum. Oh, is that are you pointing at the Tupperware?
And the Tupperware
and the chew toy too. Well,
maybe there's food over there. There's food.
Have you considered other people might enjoy the chew toy too?
Maybe.
I know Whitey gets restless after a couple hours.
Whitey, he's got the dentures going on. He's getting up there.
Speaking of birthdays, Whitey Gleason's birthday.
You're
today.
Wow. I'm going to be within one of this. I don't know it for a fact, but just full disclosure, Whitey Gleason is 74.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never know what to do with that. Are we actually supposed to try and guess these?
Oh, let's try to guess.
That's what I did with Jason, then I felt bad.
Because Whitey Gleason is the, what was his name? Whitey Gleason is the Danielle Monte of radio, if you remember the Little League pitcher. He doesn't age. He's lying about it.
Yeah.
He's very old.
Yeah.
Let me just to give you an idea.
Very old.
Just to give you an idea.
Uh-huh.
My 7th grade project, one of them was to observe your heroes and write a report.
Yeah.
People did firefighters, this, that, whatever. I
Right.
did the Rise Guys on 93 Rock, and Whitey Gleason was working them. I was in 7th grade writing about Whitey Gleason. That's how ridiculously old he is.
Wow.
Personally, I don't have his age, so
60,
we can even.
What?
What?
I didn't hear you. So how old is he?
You said 74. I'll say 69.
Nice. Nice. And a half. Alan?
66.
I'm going to go with Alan and say that he's the
we don't
closest
really know, do we?
because he's way younger than that.
I think it is 74. Next. 75.
Tommy.
Hilfiger. No. Lee.
Probably one of the most famous Tommies of all time.
Lasorda. Tommy, can you hear me?
I'm
Tommy
not
Lee
thinking of a good
Jones.
Tommy Lee
Wasn't
Jones.
a great player, but very well known.
Tommy John. surgery.
Tommy John's birthday day.
Also good underwear. Tommy John. Okay. Tommy John is 77.
That's right. 74.
That's right.
81.
Wow.
We
Way
do
off.
have a correct answer.
Oh, no. Please tell me it's Watkins.
Chris Watkins, 81 years old.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Next up, Morrissey?
Huh?
That's
Smith.
right. It's Morrissey's birthday.
Morrissey Smith. His full name. He's the lead singer of this lame band called The Smiths that had one song called How Soon Is Now.
Wow.
And he doesn't like, he's a big meat eater, I believe. It's super not emotional at all.
You're getting me with just this.
Yes, I am. These are Christopher Law jokes only. I will say this. Morrissey is too old. But let me say 64 and let these guys feed off of it.
62.
73.
What?
One off. Dave, the Morrissey fan
That's
of
me.
all.
Morrissey
is 65
You know what? I
today.
prefer Lessessy. That's how I feel about his singing.
All right. Mr. Bang himself.
All right. That's a great reaction. Mr. Bang himself. Oh, Mike Breen.
Mike Breen's birthday.
Mr. Need a comment.
Got a double bang last night with the Jalen Brown 3. Morrissey.
See, big Morrissey.
Mike Breen is 65.
65.
64.
Chris Watkins, a close at 63 for Mike Breen.
Young Mike Breen.
Oh.
Let's go. Julian Edelman.
Oh.
How old is Julian Edelman?
Bay Area guy.
We won't hold that against him.
Julian Edelman is
San Jose lost yesterday.
38. They did. 38.
I'll
older than
say
you think.
36.
What did you say?
38.
What did you say?
36.
Just say
37.
Why would you say 39 if he's older? Hey.
You said he's older than you
I
think,
know, but then I
he
got
went
scared.
younger.
I got
we
scared.
do have a correct answer. Carmichael Dave,
Thank
the
you.
winner
Thank
of
you.
the day,
Wow.
38 years
Thank you.
old.
Fix is in.
What's going on the show today, fellas?
More draft talk. Are you supporting Tyrese Halliburton and more?
bleeding.
Chris was.
What is going?
I'm bleeding. What?
Literally left the studio yesterday and my leg was randomly
What
bleeding.
did I hit
Almost
it
in
on?
the
I've
same
got
spot.
blood running down my leg.
Almost in the same exact
Is
spot.
there a spirit?
Might be.
Okay.
I've
and
heard this place
what
is
else?
haunted.
Oh,
I've
we
heard
gotta
many
go.
people say this.
Gotta
Okay.
go, but yeah, more draft talk, convincing me to like some of the guards in the draft, and previewing the Western Conference Final.
Kid Rock's Rolling Stone interview that dropped today. You going to cover that at all?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Styles and Watkins coming up next. Bye-bye.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sac